Hello and welcome to the grand finale of ICP Fatebreaker. I am your host and humble storyteller who, after all of these weeks, after all of these idle champions, is still not used to having to introduce all these wonderful people. And also I can say that Mark and I are here at the finale of our second round of D&D in a Castle. So we just finished one story to come and finish one story on minimal sleep. But we are here to do our absolute best for you, and you get to have all of that remains because the show must go on, and we must have a delightful conclusion to all of this. I just want y'all to know, because we're friends here. We've been doing this a long time, and you're here with us in the final episode. I already told them there's something particularly difficult that they're going to have to do today, and if they get killed, I'm not sorry, because resurrection magic exists. So it's going to be fine.
BD's definition of delightful is probably not the same as ours.
It probably involves some kind of torture in some way for our characters.
Delightful for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. There it is.
Yeah. That being said, we have a number of votes. Thanks to you from the players of Idle Champions. Thank you for voting. Thank you for tuning in. We acknowledge that these stakes are high, especially here for the grand finale. Thanks in no small part to those votes. Again, we ask that you please be respectful, respect the cast, avoid backseating. There is a lot of reasons why they may do what they do. Sometimes human beings make mistakes. Sometimes they're trying to set up something else. Sometimes I may have even asked them to hold back on something. You never know. So just sit back and enjoy the ride. As always, for the votes, if you don't know the votes, I would request you not put the votes in chat. If you do know, that's cool. Of course, it is public. If you don't know, don't say anything because we can let it kind of come out organically, and I will let you know who was voting for what. I need you to know I'm working on a live Google Doc here, and producer V, in her infinite wisdom, knows exactly what I am. And as I'm talking, like, things are changing and lighting up and becoming bold and stuff, like, say these words now, which I'm like, great, because I absolutely would have missed the thing that she just bolded in front of me, because while I know what I am, she knows what I am, and you all know what I am. But that means we have 2 stream codes this week. We have Jang Sao exclam ICP6, which I'm not even sure how I can say that as a verbal component. It would be like Jang Sao IP6. So Jang Sao exclamation point ICP6. That'll get you 1 gold Jang Sao chest. And we have Manchun ICP6, which will get you a number of rewards. A gold Jang Sao chest, so I guess that means you get 2 Jang Sao chests. 1 gold Widdle chest, 1 gold Thellora chest, 1 gold Nahara chest, and 1 gold Uriah chest. Both of which expire November 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific. Of course, we have 1 more Gargantuan giveaway. We will run the drawing during the break. We will announce the winners at the end. Although here for the grand finale, we are giving away for the U.S. and Canada D&D Icons of the Realms Tarrasque, which is a great, beautiful, just big old chunky baby. That includes the Tarrasque, the D&D Icons of the Realms Tarrasque. Quebec is excluded from this giveaway. After all this time, do we even need to continue to mention Quebec's numerous you know what? I'm not. It's a finale. This is a happy day. I'm not going to give Quebec a hard time. I'm not. Not today. You know, baby. Use code ICP20 at dndmini.com for 20% off your next order, excluding foam and life-size replicas and sale items. Thank you to WizKids. This expires on November 22nd. In our international giveaways, the Ultimate Fatebreaker and Friends collection, because one thing I think we've learned is the Fatebreaker needs friends. That includes all of the starters, Minute the Marut, Yonsterix, Boom Boom, the Tavern Keep, and Psyche, the Amethyst Pseudo-Dragon familiar packs. It includes the Factions of Sickle Bundle, the Hands of Havoc Widdle, Society of Sensation Kent, and Faded Virgil Skin and Feet packs, and Athar Jang Sao, Harmonium Thellora, Mind Flayer Astarion, Mind Flayer Lizelle, and Venture Casual Certainty theme packs. This prize cannot be split up. It is non-transferable and is available to the good people of Quebec. Make sure you check your whispers when the giveaway closes, because that is how we're going to let the winners know that they won. And we will announce that at the end of the episode. Also, maybe there's a giveaway after the break. Also, am I going to forget to tell you? Probably. But if I do, it is there And since moderator Mars also knows what I am, I'm sure you'll be prompted at the appropriate moment to enter the appropriate giveaways. So thank you to Mars for keeping an eye on things, keeping everybody safe here, keeping everything chill. And with that, let us dive back into our story. When last we met our heroes, you all had found yourself whiplash, snapped back to Sickle, snapped back to the exact point that you left, with the Lady of Pain looming over you, with the pocket orrery issuing a loud and rattling warning. But I actually want to take us back before that happened, back mere moments. Because as the good people of Vital Champions had voted for something to take place last week, Miss Gina Darling was unfortunately not able to join us. So let us reconvene now with Jang Sao, after being swept away in a voluminous beam of light, after having recovered the Fatebreaker, after having realized the true nature of Yonsterix, as you all were swept away in a column of light. Jang Sao, you find yourself somewhere else, in a place with no gravity, or at least where gravity fluctuates wildly, up, down, left, right, as that was also voted on by the good people of Vital Champions last week and left unresolved. And Jang Sao, what would you like to do?
She checks herself to make sure she has all her belongings on her persons, and she looks around to try to acclimate and see where she is, and see if any of this seems familiar at all.
You find yourself, you are of course very familiar with the astral plane and the swirling stars of infinite colors and variety that stretch in all directions. But here you find yourself in a place where the stars themselves are unfamiliar. They're all around you, as if you were standing in a sea of stars.
We did not paint these. Where did these come from? These are not mine.
Didn't we paint these, Jang Sao, or will we paint them soon? Together.
Quinn.
And you see before you a small figure of a child appears. You tell me what Quinn looks like.
Quinn is a small, frail child in a light blue and white gown, with dark hair, straight dark hair, and she glows almost a white hot glow, something that is so familiar to Jang Sao. She stands at about 4'2", very small, and Jang Sao looks down at her and, as usual, as she always did, picks her up with one arm and puts her to sit on my shoulder. And Jang Sao looks at her and says, exactly where you belong. I've missed you.
This time, Jang Sao, there is one thing different about Quinn. As she smiles at you, when you look into her face, her eyes are jet black as the night sky, and they sparkle with pinpoints of light of the stars themselves. And she says, "How can you miss me? We're always together."
Of course. I always feel you, though somehow my paints, the cosmos and the stars, seem a bit dimmer since you've been gone.
You know, I don't have many friends. I tend not to stay put in one place for long. Before, I thought that was what you and I had most in common, but it seems like you've made some friends.
I see you've been watching. Yes, a peculiar group they are. We have one with a spiky jacket as sparkly as the stars that we paint, and one beautiful centaur who is impossibly strong. A gorgeous dark princess. Lips as red as the most beautiful roses. And one who seems to, well, there's many of him. Sometimes I can't tell who is who. But the wonderful points he had, I think you would have liked them, Quinn. And it almost fills a spot in my heart that you left.
I told you, Jang Sao. Yes, I wander, but we never really part. But centaur, 4 legs, spiky jacket, these companions of yours seem very difficult to hug.
Yes, well, we make do. The spiky jackets, sometimes I stick marshmallows on the spikes to cover it up and I hug her. Although the centaur, remember when we were floating in the astral plane that one day, taking a break? And we kind of looked at each other and wondered, when centaurs wear pants, do they wear it in the back?
The front legs are the big. Did you find out? Because I have, as far as I know, and I know pretty far, I have never found the answer to this.
She's a little intimidating, but I think I've gotten to know her well enough where if we asked, she won't take offense. But I hope we still have that bet. A pot of gold paint, if 2 legs in the back is how they wear it, and for you and for me, if it's 4, then
You see, but no tipping the scale, and you see Quinn starts rotating her fingers around, and you see a constellation start to form of a centaur with a belt right up the middle, denoting pants in the back. And it says, many will look to, what should we call this? The Dinamoria?
Oh, the Blue Jean Bandit? No. Oh, you know what? I have the perfect name. The constellation of Thellora. Although we should move the upper stars around a bit. And Jang Sao reaches into the constellation to kind of adjust the stars a little bit further from each other, tweaking a little bit. You see her muscles are quite large. We must expand a little. There we go.
Perhaps your friends may all find their way into the stars in time, but Jang Sao, I think there is 2 things I haven't told you.
What could that be? I know everything about you.
Oh, were that so, my friend? We have nothing but time, or so I thought. But it seems time itself could have an ending. I have been watching this wizard, this Manchun. If he wins, we are timeless, or so I thought. But we are adrift on the sea and the waves. But what he would bring would be a grand drought. Your friends, you yourself, may make your way into the stars to be remembered forever. But oftentimes, those things are in memoriam. They are a tribute. There's no guarantee that there is a safe way back for you, for any of you. I can keep you here with me. I can let them go forth to confront the wizard to whatever end they may find. They may win without you, and you would be safe. Or I can send you back into time, the flow of things, back into getting sleepy, getting hungry, to the hustle and bustle of having to be somewhere versus just having to be.
If I were to have it my way, I would stop time here so that I would never leave you. And yes, they do hunger. They do feel cold. And here, you're safe and you are no longer in pain. But I cannot leave them. I couldn't protect you, but I can still protect them. And I will let the stars reclaim me at another time.
You see Quinn moves her hand again, and you see a constellation of a little girl happily skipping. And she says,
You can walk again.
This person, this face, it brings you both happiness and sadness, which is why I choose to wear it. It is important to have something real in the vast grayness of the astral plane. Would you like to know my name, who I am?
You're Quinn. You've always been Quinn.
I am whatever you need me to be, Jang Sao. I've walked with you from before you picked up your first brush. I am in every stroke. I am in the stars that twinkle around you. I am the light in your lantern. I am the arrow that your archer fires. I am Celestian, god of stars and wanderers, and you, my child, are both.
A god? You mean to tell me that you're carrying a god with me? You are always with me. My
Now you understand. And, if I may say, she motions up towards that constellation of the skipping child. We are always with you.
It's been so long since I've seen you walk, skip, play again. You are stronger than I thought. I understand. I never lost you.
You see, she turns and looks off into the distance, and you hear a rumble. And she says, today will be a difficult day, Jang Sao, but you won't face it alone. Are you ready?
And Jang Sao knows that when she answers this, it means she won't be here and she has to leave and go back. She takes a moment and she picks up Quinn from her shoulders, or from her shoulder, and sets her down. Yes, now that I know that I am never without you, I am ready.
Whatever happens, I will be here after. And she holds her hands up for you to come down and kisses you on the forehead. In Jang Sao, you start to hear chaos, in confusion, in panic, and a voice echoing out. Warning, converging time stream. Danger, temporal control must be reestablished. Danger, danger. And the five of you find yourselves back in Sigil, and you see that same red-haired halfling. Just look at you all and say, looks up at the Lady of Pain and just says, move, move. The hardheads will be on their way to deal with all of this. Move. And you hear chaos and clattering, and all hell is starting to break loose in the Grand Bazaar. What would you all like to do?
Jang Sao looks at everyone and and says, no, we've done this before.
Yes.
Yes, we're in some sort of a loop, I suppose, and we've actually crossed it a few times, so we might be in more of a figure eight. The halfling, yes. Is this when we save him? Tasala.
Wait,
The fiery one.
Save me? Like, no, I'm good, man, but you're not gonna be good if we don't.
Yes,
yes.
I think we should go with him, yes?
Yes.
Definitely run.
And as you all run, you pass by several things that you remember. A gnome standing out there selling maps, but his booth has been knocked over and the maps have been strewn all upon the way. You see a hulking... Oh, yes, Brother Uriah, sorry.
Oh, as we pass, it's like, yes, we must have already passed by here and taken those maps because we use them later.
You are giving me a headache, friend! You see a hulking Globrazoo, Mickey, picking up his glass memories and go, oh, how am I going to remember this? How am I going to remember this? Hey, you all, you're in such a rush. Wait, where are you going? I'm paying top dollar for memories.
Sorry, terribly sorry.
And finally, you run past two twin Minotaur candy makers that are struggling to pick up candies that have been knocked over the ground as you all run past. And you see a group of Kinku, 4 small crow people that just appear on a roof and look your direction and draw knives and twirl them around and start running after you. You see another group of orcs that just smash through a booth and look right at your direction and start chasing after you.
Oh. I don't remember them from the first time. Were they here? I remember we stopped at that candy booth. Remember the long hair beard candy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jang Sao is halfway and putting a candy in her mouth and goes, yes, I remember.
Oh, roll a d6 for me, Jang Sao. Roll a d6.
But I didn't take it!
I put a candy in my mouth.
I said halfway. Okay, fine. Well, you know what? Do it for the plot.
It's true. You know?
That is a 5.
You gain telepathy for
Oh.
1 hour as you eat a
Ooh.
celestial honey baklava.
Oh, fun. Okay.
You know, now, real quick, well, now I have to know. What are all of you thinking? As Jang Sao can suddenly hear your surface thoughts. What's going through your mind?
Surface thoughts for Uriah will be, it's like, oh, it must be a different candy because the hair isn't growing like it did before. I wonder what it is. I wonder what powers she has. And he's just pondering. It's like, perhaps it's X-ray vision. She's really looking at me in an odd way.
Jang Sao looks at him and goes,
Can you see my skeleton?
Wait, how do you know what she can do?
I'm not sure.
What-
It was a different
She's
power.
just
every
staring
candy.
at you.
And what is Thellora thinking?
The first thing Thellora is thinking is, oh no, not again, and all the stuff that's happening. But then she looks over at Jang and she sees Jang sort of staring, and she's like, well, nothing has happened to her, so maybe if I just take a tiny piece.
Roll a d6 if you eat a piece of candy, Thellora. What is Nahara thinking?
Nahara's thinking, well, does this mean that we haven't picked up the things that we picked up before? Do we still have them? Or do we need to get them again? And if we don't have them, does that mean we have to do all of this all over again?
Jang Sao goes, Too busy, and looks over at Widdle.
Fair.
Oh no, she ate the candy again. I wonder if I'm gonna have to give her another haircut. At least this time I know how to give her a better haircut.
Good.
And Widdle, as you are all still moving through here, you realize the Fatebreaker begins to glow and radiate in almost uncomfortable warmth. It's kind of hard to hold on to. You understand intrinsically all of the hunters that were scattered across all of space and time know it's here. And it's like a homing beacon. That is why all of these strange invaders that are appearing in Sigil, which should not be possible. It should not be possible to teleport into Sigil, are appearing and coming after you all.
How many of these individuals are there? How many groups are currently following us?
Well, it just so happens, as you sprint along the alleyways and back streets, the look of the buildings around you begins to grow more and more refined. The shops of the market ward are replaced with fine townhouses and even finer estates, but a number of imposing-looking stone buildings loom rising in the distance. The more formidable-looking of those is an edifice topped with a multitude of towers, with one huge structure rising higher than all the others, seemingly shaped from massive blades in metal and stone. The same prison that you faced Manchun. And as Uriah says out loud, how many are there? As voted on by the good people of Idle Champions, those same dragon cultists that you encountered in your first destination burst around the corner and are like, ha! Tiamat has guided our path. We have found you, and we have found the Fatebreaker. Because the Dark Lady smiled upon you, we will give you a chance to give it to us and go on your way. Otherwise, we will destroy you.
Oh. Well, perhaps there's something you haven't considered.
And what could we possibly have not considered?
Well, the blade barrier that's about to spring up between us. I cast blade barrier between us.
Stop on.
Yeah.
And you all hear, ha, that was righteous, blade barrier, yeah, and you see 4 young turtles wearing multiple colors here. There is a purple one, a red one, a blue one, and an orange one.
Oh yes, I remember you. Your Rembrandt and your Vermeer and your Roosdale and your Van Eyck.
Oh, bro! But we've never knocked you before, dude. Like, how do you know our names?
Well, this might be the first meeting from your perspective, but it's actually the second from ours. You're the adolescent magic samurai turtles, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And they all strike a pose right then, and they're like, you seem so chill, bro, but it's like a super shame that we're gonna have to totally mess you up, though, because we need the Fatebreaker, dude. We've been, sent on a recovery mission.
But you were our allies before.
What do you mean before? Like, dude, trust me, I'd remember lips that red, chick. No, I have never seen you before, actually.
Oh.
It's like, like a centaur. I bet, like, is it rude to ask a centaur if you kick like a mule? Like, I mean, you like kick like, I mean, like, because I mean, I like to think that I do, like, you know.
We've definitely seen you before, by the way. I don't know why you're acting like you haven't.
And maybe you should step a little
Forget
closer
you.
and find out.
Jang Sao, with your telepathy, you do hear in his mind, sure, no, I'd like super remember if I'd seen these people. Like, that gnome seems like righteously spiky. Like, I bet once we're done with this job, I'll be getting spikes on my shell. I think that'd be righteous. And I don't know this, like, starry, like, Seder people. They got a lot of hooves. I mean, not me to judge. We got a lot of shells, but it's like, they seem cool, but...
Now, might I offer you something? What if you join us and you might get a bunch of righteous spikes on your shell?
Okay, like, hold on a second. Like, I don't know if this is like one of those like street magic tricks. Like, hold on a second. I'm gonna think about the thing that I want to do most in the world. Hold up, wait. And you see he pulls into his shell. The other three just sort of look at him and he's like, okay, and like, you can't see my face now, okay? So tell me if you know what I'm thinking. Like, this is gonna be so cool.
Okay. And Jang Sao concentrates into the shell hole, and she hears bruh, she's never gonna figure this out. Like, okay, she's definitely not gonna know. All I want is like a super warm, like, I don't even know what they call it. I got in the market. It's like this flatbread thing with like cheese and like little slices of little red meat on it. I'm gonna call it what sounds cool? Yeah, I'm gonna call it pacha.
What? How did you know that we wanted pacha? Like we came to Segal because we were told that you could get anything, and we just wanted a pacha. And like, there's one other thing that we want besides the pacha. This is like, okay, wait, like, Nux, like, hang on a second, you gotta, like, here, we're gonna blow it out. Okay, but there's one other thing that we want besides pacha.
Okay, what? I'm sorry.
We would love to throw with a giant, bro. Like a huge, like a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it was like a big dude that like made a big machine.
Yes.
Because like big dudes and big machines think they're like so tough. Like, that'd be cool if we got to do something like that. But like, well, you know.
Absolutely, you look like very strong adolescents. And what if I told you that not only will you get the totally radical spikes, but you will also get pacha, and I know of a giant mechanical monster being totally like uncool bro that like would totally love to fight, and like if you join us right now, we can totally go fight him.
Uriah, I think you're about to say something as you see these like wide-mouthed adolescents at the prospect of fighting a giant, which, recall, when you saw them, they arrived to fight a giant because you said to come and do it.
Yes, that was in the prison, right?
It was the Colseer.
The Colseer, that's right.
Where the machine that basically charged the Fatebreaker was.
And Uriah knows the location of that?
You do.
Yes.
Spatially and temporally.
As a matter of fact, if you just and he gives them the directions, go down there, go there, over there, you'll actually find us and a giant to fight.
Okay, but like, hold on a second. Like, you guys think we're like dumb. Okay, hey, like gnome sis here with the spiky jacket. Respect. Okay, I know a gnome wouldn't say that there was giants to fight if it wasn't true, sis. Okay, so like, solidarity of the small, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, all these other people are kind of big. I mean, like, the one with the leg, the satyr, like, she's kind of our size, but like, gnome sis, are there really giants that we get to mess up?
It's totally true, bro. Like, they are so big, and I would not lie to you because I am very tiny. Tiny solidarity, bro.
Oh, are you also from the Sword Coast? The gnome sauce?
Totally.
Oh, righteous. Okay, hey, I tell you what. Now that we're all bros or sisters, like siblings, you know what I mean? Like inclusive, like, right? Okay. We'll take care of these dragon cultists for you, and then you guys can like go do the thing you're doing.
Righteous. Yo, hey, here's
righteous.
Here's a spike for your shell. She
what?
takes a spike off of her jacket and hands it to him.
Righteous! And he clips it on, and he turns, and they look at the dragon cultists and draw their weapons, and they're like, wait, before you go, did you tell everyone that Tiamat helped you? You said you would.
Did we do that?
When did we say that?
You have not told anyone yet.
We have not told anyone.
A lot has happened, but you haven't actually told anyone that Tiamat helped you yet.
We will get right on that. On that.
See, the thing is with time being what it is that I'm sure we must have said it at some point later. Not now, but probably at some point. Which cross paths, timey-wimey, I don't. Yes, we have. We have.
Totally, bro.
We
yeah,
have.
you know, time flies, and like you
we
can't
have.
tell what's going on sometimes.
I buy it.
That's why we just go with the flow, bro. But y'all, like, Nux to Tiamat, Nux to you guys. All right, like, come on, Dragon Cult bros, let's spar.
Nuts to you two fellows.
And Uriah will drop the blade barrier that's separating them and let them fight.
The Dragon Cultists look at you, and the young woman that was their leader just looks at you, and she goes, "We'll let you go, because you still have to tell everybody what happened with Tiamat, and if we were to destroy you right here, you wouldn't get to."
Listen, I will do that, and I will do one better. I will write a theme song about all of you.
Theme songs, right? And Thellora, I think you were about to say something. Sorry, Thellora.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Adolescent magic samurai turtle.
Something
like that, bro. Yeah, right?
Even the Dragon Cultists are like,
Turtles in a half shell.
You guys are
Total
calling
power.
yourselves
Yeah.
like
turtles.
AMST, you know, for sure.
And you do see they start fighting here in the middle of the way as you all are running away. And as you are evading these various hunters of all kinds and persuasions and places that you keep managing to just stay 1 foot ahead of, as you come around a corner, it is not Sickle. Abruptly, it is a place of shadow and stone. A place Uriah knows quite well, but that the rest of you haven't seen before. And you just see a single figure standing there, as voted on by the good people of Vital Champions.
Gotcha.
The Raven Queen is checking in to see exactly how this mission is going.
Oh, my lady.
I have brought you all here because though you faced many perils, the greatest is yet to come.
Yes? More peril?
Well, it would appear as though your mission has not been completed yet. Is
No.
that not right?
No, there's been many things left unattended, and that reminds me, we must fulfill a promise we made earlier. When last we met, we neglected to mention that, we were assisted by a certain queen of dragons, 5 heads, I think you, Tiamat. We must acknowledge that Tiamat has helped us.
Yes, Uriah. I am aware.
Oh, good.
Smash cut far in a very distant land, dressed very differently in a suit of plate armor and a long twisting staff. You see the Dark Lady stops and looks back, and she just goes,
Oh my
and
god.
continues to walk on.
That is not why I called you here.
No?
No,
No?
Uriah. I called you here, all of you, my dear travelers, because in times of dire circumstances, and in times in which it seems as though you will not be able to draw another breath, it is a selfless love that often keeps us fighting.
And when the Raven Queen says this, you all hear a voice echoing, dripping with malice and a hunger for power. It is the same voice that you heard when Manchun appeared in the prison. You truly thought you could stop me? I sense you, I seek you, and when I find you, the power I have seized will erase you from history.
Manchun, I have mods in this chat. if you'll excuse me. Now,
He stops talking.
Thellora's
this
sword turns green for like a second.
Mhm.
everything that Manchun is doing, all of his efforts for this Fatebreaker, comes from selfishness. And it will be this selfishness that is his peril. It will be your act of selfless love that will be a guide for you in your most dire and dangerous of battles. So I ask you all now, and as she says this, she waves her hand in front of her, and 5 smoky quartz crystals appear, suspended in the air. Widdle, your tenacity, your fearlessness is a testament that one should never underestimate anyone of small stature. Who is it that you fight for?
Friend. He's my best friend. He didn't deserve to get trapped in Ravenloft with me, but he stayed by my side the entire time and defended me from all the adventurers that thought that they could come in and kill me. Every day, despite the monotony, he helped me, and he was always there, and he was my only friend. And if I could save him from being trapped there, that's what I would do.
Very well. Jang Sao, a creature of such mystery, such ethereal beauty, such complexity. Who is it that you fight for?
And you see the stars in Jang Sao's fur kind of rearrange themselves. And on her cheek here, you see the faint constellation of a skipping child. And she says, I fight for my beloved dear friend, Quinn. If I can do anything to bring her back, I will fight until I fall for it.
My dear Jang Sao, nothing is impossible in this life. Very well. Thellora, a true warrior's mind, body, and spirit, with such a strong sense of community, is truly a beautiful thing to behold. Who is it that you fight for?
When Thellora looks at you, her gold eye, the right eye, starts to glow. And if we were to peer into her mind, you would see what you saw that the very first episode of this series. This large mountain with a smaller one right behind it. Visions of young centaur, older centaur, galloping across a meadow, lots of greenery. Then we go back to the mountain. At the base of the mountain, you see these sort of, I don't want to say, maybe larger centaur, very imposing. They're all wearing different types of armor. They're all wielding weapons, and they're standing proudly at the base of this mountain. Thellora's face sort of is envisioning this with pride. And all of a sudden you look to the foot of one of the centaur, and you see this tiny little creature that looks almost like maybe like a little pony, but it's covered in fire, and it's wielding a tiny sword, and it's screaming, we will fight soon!" And Thellora like shakes her head and she just says, "My people. I fight for my people."
May they all have your spirit, Thellora. Thank you. And you, Nahara. I think I have an inkling of what you fight for. Tell me. Well, my lady, of course you're well acquainted with the struggles that Uriah and I have faced. I will forever fight for Uriah and I to have a free life together, and for all of the people of Darkon to have that same freedom. That's all. Nahara, your sense of duty and justice is only paralleled by your unwavering love for my favorite, my most beloved of followers, Uriah. What is it that you fight for?
You flatter me, lady. She stands here. Nahara holds my arm. And yes, together, we shall do our best to ensure that the people of Darkon are safe, but her I hold above all. She is what I fight for.
Very well, Uriah. And you see as she holds out her arms, you get a smell of incense and perfume that wafts through the air, and a sense of serenity from your words, as though it is pulled out from the ether and manifests itself into this glowing indigo light, infuses itself in each crystal, and each one floats towards one of you. Hold out your hands, please. May these thoughts and the loved ones you hold so dearly guide you in your most needed time. And as it lands into your hand, it melts and dissipates and actually enters through your skin, and you can feel this energy course through your body slowly, and it's comforting and gives you a little sense of hope where you've begun to lose it. And you have this knowledge that you will be guided at a time of need. And this gives you all a D8 on any saving throw.
Yeah, how dare you make use of your god power.
Thank you, Raven Mommy.
You're very welcome, my children. I did not speak to B. Dave about this, so I'm putting him on the spot. The Raven Queen saith so.
I blame the voters of Idle Champions. Also,
Yay.
thank you. Yes, acceptable.
Also, sometimes I forget how tall you are until you stand next to a doorway. Dave.
Yeah. I've hit my head so many times in this castle. I don't know if you can see the.
Oh my
God! Is that a gash?
It is.
Seriously.
It's begun to heal. I've hit my head on so many things.
Oh, the
800
castle
years ago, things
The
weren't built.
haunted castle has your blood now.
Oh, I've offered blood to the blood god. Yes, my very first trip here, I did. Yes. Maybe that's why Lily's all right with me. She's like, no, you paid the tab, buddy. You're good. Yeah. Raven Queen. Anything else before you depart from your champions?
No, she just looks upon each one of you and gives you a knowing nod and just says, take care of each other, fight for one another, and live so that your stories may be told. and then she just dissipates in a flash of just like feathers and.
Smash cut to the Dark Lady. So dramatic. Everyone, I don't. Do I disappear in a spray of dragons? No, I don't.
You should, honestly.
And double smash cut. Should I disappear in a
Oh God.
Is that the mistake I've been
How
making?
far does my telepathy go?
You know, all the way to in space. You're like,
Right?
have I got to look for you?
Should totally do.
And here, in the absence of the Dark Lady, you all have but a moment, or not, in the absence of the Raven Queen, a very different kind of Dark Lady. You all have a moment, just a second, to collect yourselves.
No matter how many times it happens, I don't think I shall ever grow used to standing in the physical presence of my goddess.
Only a few of us are lucky enough to meet gods.
I'll take
So,
God over a Dark Lord any day.
yes.
Widdle. Is
Uriah.
Yes?
Dolores is just looking around, like she's just noticing where she's standing, and she's like, "Is this your home?"
No, but I've seen this place before many a time. This is the Raven Queen's citadel, or that's at least what we saw.
It is what you saw. It is beginning to fade, and the sights and sounds of Sigil are returning, but it is the Shadowfell, yes.
She dwells within the Shadowfell, you see, and I suppose she brought a bit of the Shadowfell here to us. Though that shouldn't be possible if what I've read of Sigil is true. Same with those others flashing in like that. It can't be. The Lady of Pain would not permit it.
Well, is it because she couldn't permit it because she had the Fatebreaker? Is that part of...
Possibly. Perhaps the Fatebreaker, its removal from her possession has caused certain wards to break down. Time travel is involved here, so it all gets rather timey-wimey, I suppose.
Even as you say that, Uriah, Widdle, you who are physically holding Fatebreaker, now understanding that it has its own consciousness after a fashion, become aware of a couple of things. That it is the incalculable power of the Fatebreaker that is essentially overriding all of the wards that prevent teleportation and plane shifting into and out of Sigil. Manchun essentially willed it as such, and it hasn't stopped. And you also know that his initial control of the artifact has corrupted its purpose and its power, focusing that power on realigning all time streams under Manchun's control. But the Fatebreaker that you now hold retains enough of its own consciousness to try and fight back, and you can access at least a fraction of its power.
She's gonna look at the Fatebreaker as it's searing her hand. As she realizes it is sentient, she will ask it, "Do you want me to put you in a safe place, or do you want to help us fight?"
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking.
I would love to be put in a safe place. I would love that.
Fatebreaker.
I would very much like to be put in a safe place. Oh, you're talking to...
to
is
think,
it?
yeah.
Oh,
do you have to like shake it and maybe words appear?
Can I use my telepathy on it, maybe? Jang Sao just stares at it very intently. Speak to me.
Widdle, you are certain that the Fatebreaker and the dragon that it contains within wants to fight.
Understood.
And I'm going to put in our group chat here once again the things the Fatebreaker can do.
Jang Sao looks at everyone else and says, it wants to fight.
oh, I see.
What? That's what this thing is saying to you.
Well, it's not just a thing. It's it's a person, really.
Sentient.
Yes, Thellora, you saw as well the infinite loop of causality that this dragon is trapped in, essentially reliving its life over and over again inside of this box as a power supply, essentially.
Yes, it's a Eonstrix. That was its name, wasn't it?
Eonstrix.
How terrible it must be to live your life like that, trapped.
There must be something we can do.
For now, you see Widdle, if there's a wall near her, take a piece of chalk and draw a door. And you see this sort of shadowy blackness emanating from it. All right, I'm going to put you into this demiplane for now. And we will call upon you when we need you. And then the door disappears.
As you go to put the Fatebreaker in the demiplane, your orrery calls out, "Warning, local time locked down, danger, temporal anomaly, danger, danger," in a dome of silver light 50 feet across suddenly flares around all of you, sealing you in your present location. The dome slices through all of the buildings, leaving you a chunk of wall that you could draw this on if you wanted, Widdle. But it is like a slice of reality has been locked down over you.
Oh, perhaps we shouldn't let that leave our possession for the moment.
She's going to attempt to take it back out and see if that changes things.
You can remove it back out of your demiplane, because again, it is your demiplane. But the dome does not move. In fact, you all see an unusual being who I'm trying to give you a picture of unsuccessfully. And hopefully it is going to make its way over for chat to see. That looks like this. It is not much larger than a person. It is silver with 4 arms, each of which holding a katana, not unlike your bro's righteous blades previous. This one is much different. It stands outside the dome as silver light pulses at the center of it, and this being begins to manifest inside the dome there with you. And they channel a power that rolls off of them like a wave, each of their 4 hands wielding a razor-sharp blade. And it says, "And the Kolya root. Concordance is threatened. Chaos is unleashed. It shall end now. Fatebreaker must be returned to protective custody. Deliver the artifact to me, or face final justice." In all aware, enable, again, like this sensation that you would think you would have become accustomed to by now, but remembering things that haven't happened yet is never something to comprehend. You know, this Kolya root is a agent of absolute law. And they work here at the Hall of Concordance on Sigil, in the courts that maintain this place, and they forge binding claims and ironclad agreements amongst all the creatures of the multiverse. And when a contract is broken, they send out their own servants to enforce the law, and on occasion, they come themselves. Although it is small, it is powerful. And for now, it simply stands in front of you, demanding the artifact or face final judgment.
Wall of force, dome around this thing.
A dome around the dome?
Around this.
A wall of force around the Kolya root?
This katana dude.
Perfect. The wall of force appears around it.
He was really chatty. All right, so What are we gonna do with this little slice of reality here that we're trapped in?
Strategy.
Is he the one who's doing that, or is there someone on the outside who's keeping us in?
You are pretty sure that he is the source of your predicament.
I shall attempt to dispel it. Wall of Force is generally a 5th level spell, yes?
Yes.
I will try dispelling at 5th level.
Nothing happens.
Oh.
Oh.
Also
really-
a predictable strategy.
That really should have worked.
Well,
Uh,
he's made of metal, right?
He certainly appears to be.
Okay, I'm gonna level 4 heat metal.
All right.
Widdle can lift the wall of force so that you all can attack if you want to.
Oh, is it
What-
between me and him?
Yeah, so there's a dome that is trapping all of you, and now Widdle has
Mhm.
trapped that thing inside of the dome. So it's a
Oh,
Russian
trapping-
doll
oh.
of traps.
Okay, got it.
But you can heat metal because it's not something that has to pass through the wall of force.
Oh, got it. Okay, I cast level 4 heat metal.
Okay. What is your save DC on that?
That is, where is it? Save DC. What is it? Oh, it doesn't
It
say.
should say kind of right next. Well, hang on. Let me double check. Does heat metal not? I thought heat metal had save.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. I mean, just double check real quick. Nope. If it cannot drop what it is, and it cannot drop what it is, it just starts burning. So what level are you heating it?
Level 4, and Jang Sao sends out plucks 2 stars from her lantern and flicks it over to this 4-armed dude, and they collide on both one on his chest and one on his back to cause like a super heated nova. That's how stars work, right?
It is now. Yeah. And you see it starts to turn red, and it looks down at it. And give me the damage when you have it. And it just like raises all 4 swords, and it says, "You are choosing destruction then."
It seems we have no choice. Damage is 11.
And you do see it's like it starts to hiss and pop a little, and it says, "You do have a choice. You can surrender the Fatebreaker."
Well, now that is not a choice that we have.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Can I hurl a witch bolt at it?
You know what? Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
All right.
Does my heat metal make him drop his swords at all?
No, it is metal, so it's just burning.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
I got a nat 20.
Woo!
Nice. Jealous.
I rolled a 1?
Well, we've balanced the scales.
Sorry, I
Oh,
stole all the good luck, Gina.
Yep.
Oh, also, I never did my my wheel.
Your portents.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's get all of that. Let's get your wheel and your woe. So first, even or odd.
Okay. That is odd.
That is whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
And then
And roll your 2 20s for your portents.
that is a 6
Okay.
and a 14.
Excellent.
But yes, I rolled a 1 on my initiative. Hooray! Yay!
You're not going last in this round. You're going first next round.
Well, that's a total
Uriah.
of 3. Sorry.
Total of 17.
Excellent. Nahara
11.
and Thellora.
19.
Excellent. With a net 20, Widdle would go first. And Uriah, I'm going to ask you a question. How do I usually talk to Uriah? What's most convenient to talk to Uriah right now?
Well, I think right now it's probably WhatsApp because we're both on that.
Right.
We're on the castle Wi-Fi.
Excellent. Yes, but Widdle, it is your turn.
Get a bonus action telekinetic shove and see if I can shove this thing into the demiplane. It will be a strength save 20.
It does not make that save.
Ooh.
And you see it says, as predicted, you result to...
What? What was that?
And immediately, 2 of them appear.
Oh god.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
No.
Surrender the Fatebreaker or meet destruction.
Wait,
Although
Widdle,
one is gone.
since that was a bonus action,
Mhm.
Widdle's not quite sure how to turn back time, but she does know that the Fatebreaker can go back 1 minute. So she's gonna attempt to rewind time so that we can start over. I think she's gonna like hold both the Ori out and the Fatebreaker, and the Ori looks like a clock, right? So she's just gonna like roll it back like a rotary phone. 1 minute.
Hear, and you see the dome just crackles. And now the 2 Collier-Roots look up and simultaneously say, also a predictable stratagem.
What? Okay,
Dave,
so that
question.
didn't do anything.
Yeah, I had another question for you there that I just sent, but yes. Although, however, hang on a second. Let me see if Uriah. It's actually Thellora's turn second. Talking is a free action, of course, Uriah, if you have to have something to
Oh
say.
my
But
god.
I'll let Thellora go first, and then I'll try something.
okay.
All right, so now standing in front of us is 2 of these things.
Now there's 2 of them. One of them got yeeted into the demiplane quite successfully. It is this unpredictable strategy as the door shuts, and then 2 appear.
Okay, lovely. That changes things, doesn't it? All right, so Thellora would like to immediately hoist her sword and leap to within, I guess if we're within 15 feet of these things in the
Definitely.
dome that we're in.
Yep, it's just 20
Link
feet
to the
across, so it's fairly
okay.
intimate in here. Yep.
Okay, we're good. And she's going to just scream into the sky, Vel Sing Die, which means strength and honor. And these sort of spectral Pegasus will leap into the air. They're all completely transparent, but they're distinct. You can see them as she calls forth spiritual guardians at level 3. So because they're within, wait, what level is this? Oh no, we're gonna do this because it's the last episode. We'll do it at level 4.
If not now, when? Yep.
And you have wisdom 18. As you say.
Oh no, four dice don't exist. Wait, where'd it go? Okay, hang on. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I think it's an automatic fit for me, isn't it?
Not at all. I left my dice tray in the game room. They are both going to make that save.
What? They do?
Yep, they do. And they say simultaneously, the tactics of your pride are well known to us. That would work on less sophisticated beings.
Thellora just raises her sword higher and shakes it, but off the tip of that sword, fiery flames begin to lick off. She said, I'm not done with you. And she will swing it.
Have at it.
All right, let me get it. It is a 17 hit.
A 17 is not enough.
I knew it.
It's just a clang, and it just like looks and just kind of pushes your sword off. Although I believe
All right,
that's
I'm going
two
into a little
attacks,
practice.
Right.
I'm just getting warmed up, obviously.
You should have 2 attacks. You can swing again.
All right.
You're a big
I'm
old
just gonna
paladin.
bring it back around.
Mhm.
Or ring it back around. Also, I get a plus. Ooh, this is better. 28.
That is enough.
Awesome. And this is going to be
When you hit it, you just see it says recalibrate.
Do you want me to add it up now and you can go on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, because
Yep.
I got it.
Okay. Give me the damage when you got it. Uriah, it is your turn.
Uriah will put his hands in the air and step forward and address them directly. Excuse me, am I given to understand that you are creatures of law?
Absolute law, yes.
Indeed. Then I wish to formally begin negotiations.
We believe your centaur has already begun aggressive negotiations, or do you intend more standard negotiations?
I am a representative of the Raven Queen herself, and wish to formally begin negotiations on that footing.
You see both of them turn and look at each other and say, by our calculations. And they sort of tilt their head and say, you would be eradicated in but 3 sword strokes. As your death is, of course, imminent, we are prepared to hear your pleas for mercy first.
As creatures of order, you are no doubt interested in maintaining causality, yes?
We are.
I happen to know that if we were to die now, leaving certain things that we must do undone, paradox would result. Certainly, creatures of law would not look favorably upon paradoxes.
And they do turn and look at each other, and they say, fascinating. You are stuck in some sort of causal loop, you say.
Yes, that's it exactly. Are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Manchun?
This name is known to us, yes.
Yes. Well, really, this is all his doing. If there's any, suffice it to say that due to the time travel that we have apparently been engaging in, there are certain things left undone that we must complete, otherwise paradoxes could occur, which would really mess up the fabric of time and space, and we know how beings of law like things neat and tidy.
See, they turn and look at each other and they say, with a fraction of our power, we would first eradicate the skinny man with the hat. He clearly is the source of their healing. With his eradication, the others would fall much faster. Then we would shift gears to the starry satyr. Although her form is small, we believe her power is great. By then, we calculate with 86% accuracy that the gnome would give up and tearfully return the Fatebreaker. However, this does not resolve the paradox quandary. While they are talking, what are the rest of you doing? Does anyone else say anything? Is they very much are like, he will die, she will die, and they will give up. Just talking amongst them very plainly right here in front of you.
I don't like these odds. What are we gonna do?
Nahara is just slowly is levitating up higher and higher out of sword's reach. Just slowly.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay, out of nowhere.
Uriah is appealing to their sense of order. Yes, Thellora.
Out of nowhere, that 31 points of damage hits you.
Got it. It is still we would save the paladin for last. She may require our combined might.
Yes, I think perhaps the way to revolve with this might be to sever Manchun's tie to Fatebreaker, utterly preventing him from actually doing any of this in the first place.
You see the two of them turn and look, and they ponder for a moment, and with grave focus, the construct that is gashed now just nods. This is logical. This then shall be the Archmage's connection to the artifact must be severed. The time stream must be restored. You have your opportunity, but know that if you fail, all shall pay the price.
But of course, might I ask, upon whose behalf are you engaging with us? In who do you serve? Whom?
We enforce the law, and the law is the will of the Lady of Pain.
Oh,
Yes, the lady. We have encountered her before.
And you visibly hear as they both turn their head and say, "You have encountered the Lady of Pain."
In fact, well, she. I know she doesn't do this all the time, but she sort of acknowledged us.
They turn and look at each other, and I don't think any of you speak Modron or have any ability to let you speak all languages, correct?
Well,
Only enough to ask where the bathroom is.
I have comprehend languages. Understand little. And speak languages.
Although I suppose you are currently telepathic, so I'm going to give this to you, Jang Sao.
Yeah.
To the rest of you, it sounds like the whirling and squealing almost of a modem noise. Just in Jang Sao, you hear. Hang on, just 1 second here.
It just sounds like a AOL internet connecting.
Exactly. Kids today, they know what we're talking about. They're like, what is a modem? And you hear this whistle and squeak between the two. They are talking incredibly quickly between them about, is that possible? Would the Lady of Pain have done this? Well, if they're lying, the Lady of Pain will destroy them. We can't risk the fact that they are telling the truth. And just or that they're lying, rather. And turn back and look, and they just say, "Fine, we will allow you to proceed in your causal mission. We cannot allow it for the timeline being broken further." And they just hold the quote up and say, "For what it is worth, we are glad to not have destroyed you. You would have died quite pitifully."
Oh.
And they flip and resheath all four.
Perhaps violence was not the answer. I apologize. And I'm sure Thellora does also.
No, quite all right, and quite understandable. To be honest, that was a bit of a hail Raven Queen pass, as they say.
Well done, Uriah.
Yes.
And
But I mean, it's true. We haven't done the things that we're supposed to do yet, and if we don't do them, then the paradoxes could tear reality asunder.
the silver dome drops, and the Collier root vanishes, and the sigils. Of course, I made the mistake, everyone, of having sigils in sigil. That I did this to myself. I have no one to blame. Start to glow slightly with a blue-white light around it. And Uriah, you feel a strange presence, almost like a gentle pressing on your mind, as if someone is trying to connect with you, but politely.
Oh, politely. It's not Aslan then. Hello? Is that Veronica? Yes, well, it's more of a, not an escape so much as a conjugal visit with reality. Yes, but I assume you are still within the remains of dread? Yes, well, hello, I'm in Sigil, if you can believe it. What can I do for you? Me? What might that be? I see. Well, I mean, I don't have it. Widdles has it, if that's what you're talking about. I assume we're discussing Fatebreaker?
Yes, exactly that.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure it has powers, but surely using them will only fray the fabric of reality further, or are we past that point?
Always the considerate one, always looking out for others, but Uriah, I bear you nor Nahara any ill will. If anything, I'd like to help the two of you. You've been
that's-
through enough.
Yeah. I suppose we have. And, how are things in Koshmar?
They've been interesting.
I imagine so. Very well. What are we to do then? What advice do you have?
Take the tricky little object, get the hell out of Sigil, and come to me.
Back to the domains of dread.
Or at least back to mine, so that you won't have to go to yours.
Yes, I prefer not to immediately return there if possible.
How
Though I
would you like
suppose-
not to return at all?
Well, that's impossible. The Raven Queen, she holds my place there for now.
Correct. But perhaps I might have a means to divide and conquer, you might say.
I see, and you wish to absorb Darkon into your domain, is that it?
No, actually, I have no interest in Darkon, but perhaps giving you the opportunity to free yourself and leave the other two to deal with it.
The other... Oh, yes, the other two. They can't hear this, can they?
No, it is just you and I, my friend.
Right.
You know, Uriah, is it just you?
Not quite. Greetings, Veronica.
Hello,
so good.
Evelyn.
He's so good.
The adults are talking. Why don't you go and lurk elsewhere for a little bit longer?
Oh, you wound me, dear lady. Wound me
Now.
by thinking that I would not be able to detect your presence. Like knows like, fellow Dark Lord.
But of course, I'm trying to ensure that you can stay a fellow Dark Lord, my dear Azalin.
Yes. Yes, you would seek to free the boy and leave me in my prison. I see. With
Or
only...
perhaps one at a time, my friend. One at a time.
Let me guess. I throw you the whip and you throw me the idol, is that it?
Always one to make a joke, aren't you?
Well, if it's going to be one at a time, I think I'm going to have to insist liches first. If you know a means of escape, then I will be on the first boat out, as it were.
Aslan, how short-sighted of you. First, I need to make sure this will actually work, so let's let Uriah go first.
Yes,
Make sure it's perfected, and then we'll focus on you.
I'll go first. Interesting. A canary in a coal mine, eh?
Isn't that why he was here in the first place?
Yes. More of a lab rat, I suppose.
I thought that was more the gnome's deal.
I warn you, mistress of Koshmar. I am not one to be trifled with. And if I am trapped in the domains of dread again, and he goes free, my wrath shall be unbridled. Look, if there is a way, then I would be lying if I said I wouldn't look forward to Nahara and I being free of that place. Free to go anywhere. But what is your proposal, Veronica?
Take Fatebreaker and run.
run, but how and where? Are we able to plane shift away? I mean, I can do that under my own power, but will it work here in Sigil?
Well, it'll work with Fatebreaker in your hands. Let's just put it that way. The choice
Right.
is yours.
Right, and what about the others? I won't abandon them. I won't take Fatebreaker and run from them. They must all come with me.
Well, then, Uriah, you're going to leave it up to fate itself. If you get through this and Fatebreaker is still there, perhaps we can continue this conversation. Or you can take the risk now, when you know it is still doing what it needs to do, and make your way to me.
Right. But I won't deceive the others. I'm going to tell them. Tell them exactly what you told me. Is that all right?
That is obviously your choice, Uriah.
Milksop. We are not done yet, Veronica.
Oh, I know. Oh, by the way, Uriah,
Yes?
make sure to let Nahara know my offer still stands.
She'll know what the offer is?
Considering our last conversation, most likely.
All right. I'll, lovely talking to you again.
Always.
And as Veronika's presence drops away, as voted on by the good people of Idle Champions, that Dreadlord Veronika would grace us with her presence. As the presence moves away, the light on the Fatebreaker actually continues to increase. And a disembodied voice rings out all around you again, repeating the words that you heard before, repeating the words of the Manchun who appeared in the prison, in control of Fatebreaker. You truly thought you could stop me? But this time, from the artifact itself, you hear a small, shaking but brave voice simply whisper, "Yes." And in a flash of light, you stand in the middle of a familiar cell block in the prison. Barred doors standing open all around you, and the place is in chaos. Prisoners and guards lay into each other as alarms klaxons ring. In the open door of one cell, a surprised-looking Xanathar looks at you and says, "But wait a minute. You just left that way. How could you be over there? The Almighty Xanathar is starting to get a headache that you went that way, and now that you're this way, and this masked buffoon is..." And you see Manchun there, in black plate mail and armored mask. His hulking Marut stands at his side, their great central chest disc whirling, and that eye looking at you unblinking. In Manchun's hand, he also holds the Fatebreaker. But that artifact shreds away into a black mist as the artifact you brought here pulses with a blue-white light even brighter. And he says, "Fatebreaker is mine! All of you will pay for this." And that seems like a good place for us to take a little break before our final climactic battle of the season.
Woo!
It's 5-on-2 takes place here. I assure you, Manchun and his Marut bodyguard are up to the task. So, I believe if those drawings have not already opened, they're going to open soon. And there is a drawing after the break. I'm going to say it now because when I come back, I'm going to go back to being all dramatic. Again, I'm sure Mars has already put in chatter is about to what it is that you need to do. And I remind you that we will announce the drawing at the end, although the end for some of these fine people may be coming much sooner.
Rude.
Because the good people of Idle Champions also voted that Manchun is much stronger than usual. So whatever
great.
happens is literally,
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
literally not on me. So we're gonna do a quick 10,
Cool.
10, because I think we're gonna need all the time we can get here. Don't go nowheres, because this is it. It's all about to go down. And he crits again. Jeez, Uriah. I'm gonna need another death save. Wait, hang on. Oh, what? They couldn't hear us.
Oh, we'll go back to the beginning of the battle then.
Oh, we
It's,
totally
you
won.
know, it's,
That's okay. We
already
have the
res-
Fatebreaker. We'll just rewind time.
Totally
it's true.
won.
It's like it's Fatebreaker. Yes. I will say a couple of things because let me just say it up front because we covered a lot of yards and votes from the good people of Vital Champions. Good news. The Fatebreaker's magic is allowing you all to move much faster, so you gain the ability to Misty Step, which is a 30-foot teleport as a bonus action.
Okay.
Also, Manshoon's Marut has been damaged in combat, and now it has weakened armor. It will be easier to hit. That's fine. Unfortunately for you, Manshoon already has cast a spell called Blade of Disaster, which is great for me.
Yeah.
So that's
Not you.
you'll find out.
Bad-
You'll
bad
find out.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is Bad News Bears. Bad News
Oh.
Bears.
You know, I mean, hey. Jang Sao ain't no punk. You know what I mean? All right.
Well, we
You
can
got
take
this.
a reaction and take half that damage, right?
Well, the Fatebreaker has a number of abilities, and with that actually resolves all of our votes for the season. So there you go. It's everything you all have done has been played out. It has all led to this. And you hear, as you stand here, warning, time loop, danger, converging timelines, danger, temporal stability fragmenting, danger. And you see Manshoon looks around as everything is starting to fall apart and just looks at you all and says, fine, death it is. And we are going to re-enter initiative on Manshoon's turn.
oh boy. Okay.
And I'm also going to roll for the Marut.
Oh my god, I'm just like hot and I just hit a nat 22
Wait, for what?
for
What?
initiative.
Oh
No,
no,
we're
we're still
we're
on
not
we're
rolling
still in the
initiative.
previous initiative pimping where you still got that strong
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Because this is the finale. And lots of other people like being mean to you, Miss Gina Darling, but I don't. I'm gonna let you bank that 20
Yay!
to do a thing with when it gets to be your turn as we
Okay.
re-enter initiative here.
Okay.
Okay. People in chat. Chat. Okay, so listen, chat. Normally I don't let you know how the sausage is made, right? But when we were working on this adventure, it was like, ooh, we're gonna have Manshoon's gonna be the bad guy. And I was like, cool, but they will stomp Manshoon in a round, right? Like 5 of them will steamroll him. And it was like, cool. Let's do this thing that is gonna make it a lot harder, right? And then everybody else was like, yeah, but that's gonna make it too hard. We should pull back. And I didn't want to pull back. So chat, let's just say, if this is going to be hard, like I want, put a 1 in chat. If you want it to be medium hard, which I feel like is insulting these heroes because they can do it hard. But if you want it medium, 2. So if you want it hard, 1, medium.
Press 1, you cowards.
give you all a second to let me know. So one of our production overlords, somebody, even you guys who can see chat, just let me know.
Lots of ones.
That's
Cassius,
This is fine.
Cassius and William did too. Thank you for trying. And Ashlyn, thank you for trying. Thank you.
You know,
I don't like it.
if you're looking for mercy, you've come to the wrong place. So here is what is going. I'm going to number you in the order that you are on my screen. The production overlord. Do you have access to a D6 by chance? Like Dreadlord Voronika is going to help put a finger on the scale here.
Uh-oh.
I just need
All right. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Excellent. I need you to roll it 2 more times for me.
Oh, jeez, I just put it away.
Oh no, hold on to it because
Jeez,
this is gonna remain a thing.
Next.
Roll again, please. You're too hot.
6.
Maybe grab another D6.
No.
There is no
You want another
version of
D6?
this. Yes. And roll it
Yes,
twice.
I'll grab
for me.
another D6.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
New one.
Yep.
2.
Nahara, and roll one more time.
Ooh.
I'm getting another D6. That was also
Sorry,
a 2.
what was
Yeah.
for Nahara?
Yo, you're about to find out, Nahara.
1.
Oh,
1.
And Thellora. Excellent. You see Manchun just stands there in his plate black armor, and around him a tear in reality of just negative black energy forms as the blade of disaster manifests as voted on by the good people of Idle Champions and is going to attack Nahara. Nahara, what is your AC currently?
it is 16.
That is definitely going to be a hit on Nahara. And
But-
Thellora, what is your
Can I
AC
Misty
currently?
step out of the way?
That is not
It's
how
a
Misty
19
Step
hit.
works, unfortunately. Did I hear 19 but? You were
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It is also going to be a hit on you. And it's not too terrible. It's not too bad, though. It is going to be... oh, yeah, and then I rolled trash. No, you're good. 24 points of force damage on Nahara.
Okay.
And...
Force.
Let me make sure it's force. Yeah, the force, and then for Thellora, it is going to be. Oh no, sorry, I rolled the wrong dice. That's not 24 points for Nahara. It
It's
goes
more
to
or
11. Sorry, Nahara. That is actually going to
Oh.
be. Oh, hey! It actually went down 22 points of force damage because
okay.
a deal's a deal. That's the way the dice fell. All right,
All right.
and Thellora, it is only. Oh, see, look, this is going well. It is only going to be 15 points of force damage for Thellora.
Okay.
Yeah, super fine. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about anything at all. That is unfortunately his bonus action. And
Can I hellish rebuke that though? At least.
Yes, because it is an attack against you. Sure can.
All right, cool. So as a reaction, I will do that. So he's got to make a dex save.
Okay. He is surprisingly dexterous for a man wrapped in plate mail. What is your save DC?
19.
He is going to beat a 19.
So it's like half damage, is it? Or is it
Yes.
full? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's half. It's half on a hellish rebuke, and that's just his bonus action. For his actual action, he sort of looks at all of you, and he says, I forgot, amateurs, with your pitiful magics. I'm going to stop you from embarrassing yourselves." And a globe of invulnerability appears around him.
Oh, come on.
But he did take 14 points of fire damage.
Excellent. And that is it for his turn. Nahara, it is your turn now.
I'm going to bonus action Form of Dread. And I will... So, I'm sorry, what was the thing that just happened that he did?
Blade of Disaster, it is called, and it is still there. By the way, this scythe of negative energy is floating in the air.
And what was the vulnerability thing called?
Was that his action?
No, Blade of Disaster is a bonus action. And what Jang Sao? What? Sorry.
What was the thing vulnerability called?
Globe of Invulnerability.
Globe.
And what does that do exactly?
You can find out. It's cool. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Basically,
it's like,
it makes him invulnerable.
Yeah.
Or
in a
fifth
globe.
level spells are lower, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Can we
well,
pass through that?
Okay.
Physical things can.
Walk into
Yeah.
it?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
You can walk right up to him if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
physical things can, but not like magic
Spells.
is not going to do. Here's the thing: I've got some higher level spells. I don't want to waste them on things that are not going to work. So I'm going to try because I don't want to meta. because I don't want meta, I will cast Crown of Stars, and because I've got several, I've got 7 stars, I will hurl one of them at him to see what happens if it works. And that is a 7th level spell. So
the Crown of Stars will penetrate, at least theoretically.
Except I rolled so crappy to hit. I only rolled 15 to hit.
That is not enough.
All right, I will very sadly just float on up higher so maybe I'm not hit by anything else.
How is it that you've managed to elude me for so long? Excellent. It is the Maroot's turn, which again, the Maroot is your friend. Production Overlord.
He is our friend?
Oh, no,
Yes.
he's not your friend. He's my friend. So much damage is coming down range here. That's the only way I can have this be fair if I'm not the one that is deciding. Would you roll a d6 twice for me, Production Overlords?
Yes, I will. One moment, please. 4 and a 6.
Rerolled. The chat said it was going to be worse. No, I'll let you re-roll the 6. It would have been too bad.
Okay.
Yes.
That's going to be a 3.
Jang Sao and Widdle. You see the Maroot just holds its arms up and its fists rocket out. And when the Maroot attacks, it does not miss. It hits every time.
Ouch.
You each take 60 points of force damage.
What? Hold on. Can I? Hold on.
Can I react and take half of that with the Fatebreaker?
Yes. Can I react with the shield?
It doesn't have to roll. The Maroot doesn't miss. It just hits you.
Shield just
Shield
hits
shield
me.
increases your extra armor class. Maroots don't
I
roll.
see.
They just hit you.
All right, cool. 60 damage.
You also could use your reaction for the Fatebreaker if you like. Again,
that's
I've
right.
given you all a list of abilities. Note some of them can only be done once. Dear chat, you don't have to worry about the thing the Fatebreaker can do. It can just do some stuff, and they have access to it.
Okay, I would like to. Oh my god, it's such a once during battle each character. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use it to take half damage then.
6-0 is coming down range. Both of you tell me what it looks like when you use the Fatebreaker to mitigate some of that.
I think Widdle is going to hold on to the Fatebreaker in one hand and hold up the shield, her arm shield. But you just see this 30 points of damage just crack right through it and bounce off the shield. And it almost looks like the Fatebreaker absorbs some of that damage.
Excellent.
Jang Sao reaches into her lantern of stars, grabs a handful, and scatters it right in front of her, or in the air in front of her, and the fist flies through it. But you see that there's a resistance. It kind of slows down a little bit as it flies through the stars.
The Maroot, you see the disc in his chest kind of rotates and the eyeball swivels a little, and it says, "Recalculating. My accuracy is unerring. I strike every time. Somehow they have eluded maximum damage. Pondering." And you see the fists fly back and reconnect to the Maroot. And it is your turn, Jang Sao.
Oh, okay. Let's see. You know what? I've always wanted to use this.
I like where this is headed.
I'm gonna use a level 9, and I'm gonna conjure Fae.
Okay.
And I would like to conjure a giant crocodile.
A giant Fey crocodile?
Yeah, I mean, it says here, you summon a Fey creature challenging or a Fey spirit that takes the form of a beast of challenge rating of 6 or lower. Yeah.
And you're gonna pump a higher level spell slot.
Yeah,
Is that-
you know what?
is-
Let's
is-
just do
is
it.
that what I heard?
Yeah,
Was I hear saying?
yeah. Let's go
All
with that.
right.
Yeah.
So hang on. 79, 79. Okay. Let me find an appropriate stat block for the creature in question. I tell you what. Presumably you want to starry form archer.
Yeah, I'm
presumably.
gonna use my bonus action to turn into my starry form, and that would be starry form archer.
Just get a good. I'm still, and you are welcome to attack. I'm still trying to get a good stat block for you here.
Okay.
For a chunky crocodile.
With my, let's see, starry form archer. Wait, my starry form archer, the attack, does that count as an
It's
action?
not meant. You could. It's a bonus action.
It's a bonus action, even if I attack in starry form.
Yeah, because when it appears, it starts shooting.
Okay, got it. Okay. So let's see. I flick a handful of stars from my lantern at the Marut, and then let's see.
Thanks to the good people of Idle Champions, the Marut is easier to hit than normal.
Nice. Thank you. So that doesn't count as an action. So I can still attack. I can still guiding bolt it? Question mark?
No, because you conjured the Fae. That would have been your action.
Oh,
Your
that
bonus
was my
would be
action.
shoot the arrow. Yeah.
Okay, and then with that, I think that is all I can do.
I got a good stat block here. So if you want to have send your Fae in your crocodile, you could.
Okay. Do I roll for that first, or do I roll for my starry form first?
Whichever one you want.
Okay, I'm gonna roll starry form. Let's roll attack really quick.
Okay.
That's a 22.
That is enough to hit it.
Awesome. And then, do I have to roll for my Fae or for my my croc? What do I roll for that?
Just roll. It is plus 10 to hit. I'll handle the damage, but it's plus
Okay.
10 to hit.
Okay.
Just give me whether or not you hit right now. Then you can give me the damage once you got it.
That's an 18.
That is also going to be enough. As this giant crocodile comes forward and bites this construct.
Yes. Yeah, he runs forward and he
I-
chomps on the construct.
I will handle the damage for your construct. You see it grabs on to the Marut and tries to pick it up off the ground, but can't. But you do hear a creaking and whining of metal as it is chomping into it. And give me your starry damage when you got it.
Starry
and
damage.
That will take us back around to the top of the next round with Widdle.
Starry damage is 16.
16. Perfect. Actually, hold on one second. A couple of things are going to happen before we get out of here. Again, I have so many stat blocks open right now. Actually, no, that's it. That's we can come back around to the top of the next round.
Oh wait, I have full of stars when I'm in my starry form. Oh, I wasn't in it earlier. Okay, we're good. Never mind. Go ahead.
Correct. You just got before you had a chance to do anything. Widdle, your turn.
You see Widdle take an empty glass bottle off of her belt, and she has a rag that's soaked in dwarf spirits as she lights it on fire and chucks it at the Marut. She is going to overchannel Fireball, so that's level 5, for 65 points of damage.
Excellent. What's the next save on that?
19, I think. Yeah, 19.
You might be shocked to hear this giant robot is not particularly dexterous. It is not going to make
Spicy robot.
Did you say 60 points of damage?
65.
All right. Perfect. Anything else from Widdle? See, this is why I didn't have to go easy on y'all, because y'all do things like that. See,
I know, it's a
there's
lot.
a cautionary tale here when they're like,
Oh
no,
my God.
please don't hit us with the and then they're like, and just win.
Well, we also know we got to be careful what we ask for with you, B, Dave.
Fair.
I like a
Anything
good
else from Widdle?
challenge. I like a good
All
challenge.
right.
So, yeah, I think that's it for me.
As the fireball goes off, remember you were in the midst of a full-scale jail riot, and those giant tatted-up geese are honking and flying in flames here as the fireball goes off. But these were all bad people. You don't have to worry about them. Thellora, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Okay, so I'm assuming inside of his little, if I recall the size of a dome of invulnerability, it's quite large, but it's inside our dome, or is it sort of like just like,
Well, you are now in the prison block. You're back in the
Okay.
prison block where this all started. And the globe of invulnerability is only 10-foot radius. That's why the Marut's not in it. It's just sort of like whoop, right over him.
It's just right over him. Okay, but okay, first thing, really quick, can I retcon and polearm master that thing that attacked me?
Yeah.
It's okay, I'll add it to the damage for this one. Okay, Thellora would like to actually leap at him to end up in his dome, or as much in his dome as she possibly can, and literally shove him out of it with her hooves. Like, if you can imagine, like a giant horse, actually a giant medium-sized horse lunging at you, and I'm talking rearing up and shoving you with their hooves out of your invulnerability. I just don't know how to. I mean, it'd be an
athletics.
attack then.
Yeah. No.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, it'd be athletics.
Oh, it'd be athletics. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be acrobatics. Just
It's acrobatics to get out of it. It's athletics to do it.
okay, fine.
Mhm.
Could I give you guidance on that? Is that allowed?
Nope.
Okay, let's see.
Guys, not a reaction.
Gonna be. Oh, crikey. That was terrible. I'm trying to think of any advantage whatsoever. Oh, but I can add a.
Oh, the 1d8.
Still not
Oh no,
gonna get
that's
it.
saving throw.
That's for a saving
That was
throw.
on a
Although
save.
you can
Still not, yeah.
get advantage
I mean,
on a roll with the
Yeah, for
Fatebreaker.
athletics,
Fatebreaker,
it equals
yes.
5.
Was that an attack
You're right.
roll?
4, 9.
Uriah's on deck, by the way, and yes, it would be an attack roll. Yes.
Okay.
You can use the.
Oh, it'd be an attack roll?
Fatebreaker.
Yeah, athletics.
Yeah.
In this case, it is an attack.
Okay. Yeah, then this is just, hold on. Yeah, it's still not high. It's only 15 plus 2, 17.
You push him, and you see his plate metal just slides back a little bit, and he just looks at you. He says, "Good idea, flawed execution." But you're right here next to him in the globe of invulnerability.
He remains inside the globe. Okay,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
just gonna.
But you're in there with him too.
Oh, I'm in the invulnerability. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have
Mhm.
to try again because I can't do anything to him if he's still in it. She's gonna try to just shove him out again.
You get 2 attacks. You can try again.
Yeah. Let's see if it works. Come on. Oh, 20, but dirty.
Nice.
You push him right back to the edge, but he does not come out. He just says, "You tried that last time."
Oh.
Anything else from Thellora?
No, that's it.
Perfect. Uriah, your turn.
Right. That blade of disaster is a real problem. Having, in my other life as a dungeon master, used it against parties, I know we don't want that sticking around very long. So, I want to try something.
Mm-hmm.
So, according to the information that I have, that Fatebreaker can give me a natural 20 on one roll. Is that correct?
I suppose so, yes.
All right. Well then, if I cast Dispel Magic on this, I could cast it at normal 3rd level and get a 20 on my attempt to dispel, yes?
You could. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yes, I will attempt to dispel the Blade of Disaster, and I get a 20 on my check.
Counterspell.
Ooh.
Oh,
What is that?
does
What does
anyone
that
have a
do?
counterspell for that counterspell?
Can I use one of my potents or woe for the counterspell?
You can't get through the globe of invulnerability to
Oh,
counter
it's
spells,
in the
counter spells.
globe.
Of course.
Oh,
I'm glad I only burned a 3rd level slot. Ugh.
Oh no.
You're so interested in my blade of disaster. Perhaps I will introduce it to you next, cleric.
Well, then it wouldn't be hitting someone else, so I suppose that's all right.
I accept your volunteer. Anything else for you, Ryan?
Bonus action.
Mhm.
He's already cast a leveled spell, so no spiritual weapon. Uriah will actually try. How far away is Manchun himself?
I'll say he started 40 feet away. Thellora got to him, but she's fast. But I'll say he's 40 feet away.
Uriah will try to get as close to getting inside the globe of invulnerability as possible.
What's your movement?
30.
Yeah, you can get there next round. You can get close,
Cool.
but you can get in it next round.
Cool.
Perfect. Anything else for Uriah?
That is everything.
Excellent. Thellora,
Yes.
give me a con save. You got a chunky
Uh-oh.
con. This should be fine. You don't have to worry about this.
Okay. Ooh, I get a +4 on saves, baby.
Mhm.
And a D8 if you need one.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see. Natural 20.
Woo!
Hey.
28
You
plus
see
4
Manchun.
plus.
Manchun reaches out and touches you, and you all see Thellora starts turning the stone in front of you. But you manage to summon your will and shake it off. He says,
Goddess appears to me in my mind, and I find the strength within to stand my ground and not turn to marble. It's
And
not today.
as
Feel
you
like rock
say
hard
that,
though.
it's true. It's like your abs are incredible. He looks at you and says, brave, strong, inspiring, but that won't save the cleric. As he attacks you with the blade of disaster because you said you wanted it, Uriah. And
Yes.
unfortunately, the blade of disaster crits on an 18, 19, or 20.
Sure thing.
Or I used my
Or-
6.
Or
Oh, you're gonna give him a 6 on the portent instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. What is your AC, Uriah?
21.
It is still going to hit you, but it's only going to hit you for 4d12 instead of 12d12.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. I'm gonna do that right now and see what that looks like.
That could be bad.
Has helped you. It is going to be 2
Thank you.
hits coming on range for you, though, Uriah.
Very well.
Oh,
With
yeah.
the blade of disaster.
Maybe the Fatebreaker could have that damage.
Yes, I'll probably be using that once that hits me.
Well, you got 119 and one. It is very difficult for him to miss with the blade of disaster, but it is very easy for him to crit. You have a 19 and a 21 coming down range.
That's points of damage, or
Yes, but it's 2 different attacks. So you could use the Fatebreaker on one or the other. 19 and a
I'm not going
So
to use
40
that
total.
ability. I'm not going to use that ability to just save 10 hit points. So
perfectly.
Uriah has never said this before, but I'm going to tank that.
Epic level play. Perfect. That is, however, it from Manchun and Nahara. It is your turn.
Nahara floating above all of this scene and watching her dearest love take a hit, reaches into her pocket and pulls out the silver scale of Bahamut and says, Bahamut, I beseech you, Manchun has put up this globe of invulnerability and we cannot fight him. Please help us. And she sees if this will help against this little shield he's got put up there.
Here. Nahara, this is a bit of a predicament. I heard that you all did a favor for my sister. She's going to be quite insufferable now that she got some credit. But I assure you, I need no such boon. and he does dispel the globe of invulnerability.
Oh.
Yes.
You see, Manchun says, "What? What?" And Nahara, you hear Bahamut in your mind say, "Later on, you can tell me what happens here. I won't need the till, dear."
I will write an epic song about it. It'll be 20 minutes long. Full air guitar, everything.
Yeah.
It is your turn, Nahara.
So I still get to do like an action against. Okay.
I will say that it's I will say it is an action to summon Bahamut, but you still get your bonus action.
A bonus action. Well, there's not much I could do with a bonus action.
It takes all your concentration for a divine intervention.
Yeah. And I'm already up in the air, so I don't think there is much I can do. No. Yeah, there's really not much I could do because I don't really have any bonuses.
Excellent. You see the Marut says, recalculating. The Centaur is a threat to Manchun. The Angel is a threat to Manchun. And its two fists come out and hit both of you for 60 points of force damage.
I would like
What?
Can I second level Hellish Rebuke that?
You can.
Okay.
And
if you can make a dex save.
Okay, wait.
It's a big old 4 on for the dex save.
Okie dokie. So they'll take a whopping 17 points of fire damage. And
all
I
adds
took
up.
20, you said? How much?
60.
Oh, okay.
60.
Okay. 16 or 60?
60.
Oh, okay, well, he jumped within
No
5 feet of us, I'm assuming, right?
No, its arms detach and fly and punch and hit you and then fly back in and reattach.
That's not fair.
It's really unfair, yeah. Okay.
You did not have to come here for this. Excellent.
Was it?
right.
Never mind. Sorry.
Let's see right now.
Yep. That's it for the Marut. Jang Sao.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's so much to do. Okay, here we go. How's everyone's hit points right now, by the way? Does anyone need like help or anything?
Me.
Yeah.
I'm still good.
Okay.
No.
See? Look at the remember chat. What I say. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just hit them with 60 points of unerring damage, and they're like.
Yeah, we're fine.
Let's see. Okay. I'm going to. Wait. Oh, what is this? Okay. You know what? Whatever. We're just gonna go crazy. Okay. I would like to use my bonus action and cast Shillelagh. And then with that, I am going to oh balls. Attack with my Staff of Fate.
Okay.
Haven't done that before, so whatever, you know, like we
That's
gotta
new.
fight.
Roll to attack.
Okay, here we go.
Manchun or the Marut?
At the at the Blade of Disaster. Can I attack with a blade?
It is just energy floating there
Oh,
in
it's
the
just
middle of the
energy?
room.
Okay,
Yep.
I will attack the Marut.
Okay.
Since I'm already here. And I rolled
Okay.
a 21. Does that hit?
That is enough to hit the Marut.
Okay, so Jang Sao reaches into her lantern and pulls out a bunch of stars and kind of squeezes them together, making it into a staff. And let's see,
Just
damage.
give me the damage when you got it though.
Oh, there's
was there anything-
two. I can do 1d6 plus 2 or 1d8 plus 2.
That is if you're holding it with two hands. Is the 1d8 plus 2.
Oh, but I have my lantern, huh?
You'll Anything
What?
else from Jang Sao? But you can give me the damage when you got it.
The-
Actually, roll for your crocodile.
Yeah, the damage is 8, and my crocodile
Okay.
rolls a 11. Does that hit?
That actually is enough because it's got a
Okay.
well. Hang on, let me double check. That is. Oh, I don't want that. That was trash. That is not enough. Actually, That is not enough.
Oh,
As it
no.
bites down on the metal, but nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Dang it. All right. But that's 8 damage with my Staff of
Yep.
Fate.
And
Staff,
you have
and then wielded as a
your
magic.
bonus action still can you can still shoot the archer starry forms. That's a bonus action.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
did I not
shillelagh,
use
you
it for
can
my
hit with.
shillelagh?
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, I thought you're
Yeah.
correct. I was thinking about Primal Fury.
But
Yep.
with my Staff of Fate as a bonus action, you can expend. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Right.
Oh,
Back
wow.
around the
wait.
top. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
no, I can't. Okay. I was trying
No,
to
we
say if I can get closer to Manchun.
Yeah, you can walk right up to him. if you
Okay.
want. Well,
I-
I mean, he was 40 feet away. What's your movement?
My movement is 35 feet.
Yeah, you can get close, but not quite to him.
Okay.
Okay.
And I do that, and I end my
Um,
turn.
Excellent. Widdle.
Widdle is going to use the 9th level spell slot and time stop.
Okay.
And then I'm going to roll a d6. Or sorry, d4.
Mhm.
4. Wow.
So you got 5 potential rounds of doing things.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted AoE disguise self. Oh, sorry. Seeming. Thank you, Twitter. For I want everyone to look like Manchun.
You can't affect them when time is stopped. If you do that, it's going to drop the time stop.
Okay. Delayed blast fireball on the Marut then.
Okay.
And then I will disguise self for just me to look
Okay.
like Manchun.
Okay. That's 2.
No.
That's 2 rounds.
What am I gonna do? I don't necessarily have to use all of those though, right?
You absolutely don't. Nope.
Would
You have up to 3 more rounds of stopped timedness.
ooh.
Ooh.
How many
Okay.
delayed blast fireballs can you drop on this thing's butt?
Ooh,
Okay.
that is a good point. Is that legal, DM? Can you do
It
multiple?
absolutely is. You very much can stop time and stack up delayed blast fireballs. It is an ancestral tactic.
Let's stack them.
Mhm.
I got what, 3?
You have 3 more rounds available.
All right, let's do all of them.
All right, so that is 4 delayed blast fireballs. All right, hang on a second here. Let me just double check something. It is going to fail all 4 rolls, and it is going to exhaust 3 legendary resistances. So you're going to burn through all of its legendary resistances, and 1 will get through, and 3 with half damage. There is an explosion, and a lot of chaos is erupting in the prison. You said that pentadrome that you saw before that is like, can we not all peacefully go?
No, I would have used level 8 delayed blast fireball. So you said 3 of them are going to get halved?
Yep, 3 halved and 1 is going to succeed.
Okay.
Just give me the damage when you got it there. And
All right, so-
Thellora, be your turn.
All right. Thellora notices. We notice that they're taking damage. Right, they're starting to look a little rickety.
I mean, they've been hit,
Perhaps.
both of them, yes. Mhm.
Okay. Laura's gonna raise her sword, put it to the sky, and then point it toward them, all of them, and just sort of points, like sort of glance across each one of them, and release, as long as no one's in the way. Oh no. This glistening wave of radiant energy that, for whatever reason, smells a little bit like sugar cubes. Destructive wave, level 5.
All right.
Con save 18.
Um,
And as she does that,
Ma-
she stomps the ground so that it shakes. Because stomping the ground is something she likes to do.
Manchun is not going to make that save. Even with advantage.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that after. So that's
Okay.
1. And because Manchu actually is annoying, she's gonna swing with the sword at him specifically. She's gonna lunge forward.
Well,
and swing at
destructive
him.
wave is an action, right?
Yes. So when I get 2 attacks, oh no, one's an attack, one's an action. I don't have a bonus. I got you.
Yep. No, if you're going to destructive wave, that's it, unless you have a bonus action.
Okay. You know what I'll do for a bonus action? I will turn the tide for Thellora and Nahara. So we get 1d6 plus 4 HP for no reason other than I feel like it.
I mean, it all
1d6 plus
counts.
4.
Excellent.
Pardon?
Anything else from Thellora?
Nope, that's it.
Widdle, let me know when you have the damage. Thellora, let me know when you have the
Got it.
destructive wave damage. And Uriah, your turn.
I put it in Discord.
Well, everyone's looking a little worse for wear, so I think mass cure wounds on all of us, really. I'll select all of us as the ones
What
that are being
level are
healed.
you going to do?
Well, because I've read from the book of Exalted Deeds, my mass cure, all my cleric spells are upcast 1 level automatically without burning those slots. So I'm going to cast it at 6th level, I believe.
Counterspell.
Oh, you counterspelled a healing spell.
Oh,
And I'll counterspell your resurrection afterwards.
Oh,
rude.
everyone, he can't do that again. Hit him
Oh.
with spells. if you
okay.
can.
Right. Will do.
Good to know.
Roll to good. One. Island.
That's 22 damage, Dave.
22. Widdle dropped a small atomic bomb on the Maroon here. Oh man, hold on a second.
And I don't want all of them to hit the Marut.
You do or don't?
I don't. So I think if the Marut goes down, then it would.
Oh, it's not going to go well. You would have had to place them beforehand.
Yes.
They're delayed, so it's
Yeah.
they're on the Maroon or they're not.
So I think 2. Can I do 2 for the Marut, 2 for Manchun?
If you put 2 on Manchun, you will get Thellora because she's right up next to him. Because remember they were
Sculpt.
within grappling range.
May I please
Can you
use
choose
Sculpt
anyone
spell?
to be
You can
Deselect.
sculpt spell, so that is going to change things. So the Marut is only going to need to use 1 legendary resistance instead of 3. And Manchun is going to make the save against both. So, perfect. Okay, but I got it. Hang on.
Sorry, was it 3 or 4 of them?
There was 4 total.
4. Okay.
Okay. Excellent. Oh, the math. Okay, perfect. Anything else from Uriah, by the way?
Uriah, he's like 10 feet away from Manchun now, right?
He is.
Hello, remember me? We had a brief conversation earlier. He's just
Still trying.
Yeah, he's still trying. He might as well still try.
Yeah.
If it's just going to be spell and counter spell, we might as well talk as a free action.
You want to talk now?
Yes, I'm really not sure if you've considered the ramifications of your actions. You see, I have a unique insight into the power-hungry archmage's mind, having shared my mind with one, and it really is such an empty existence. I mean, once you have power, once you are in control, what are you going to do with it?
If I can't be what he intended, if I can't be better than he was, then what's the point of my existence?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can be better than he was. He was a terrible person from the sounds of things.
You've yet to see terror, cleric. I appreciate your attempt at mercy, but you'll find no repentance here. Allow a demonstration. What's everybody's hit points at?
Yo,
Hey,
there's
maybe
no
it's not,
need for
it's
that.
none of your business, you know? Why are you so nosy for?
What?
What's going on, man? Back it up.
Oh, well, I was at
That's out of
99,
initiative.
but Uriah, of course, regenerates at the beginning of every round thanks to the Book of Exalted Deeds, so I'm currently at 105.
105 for Uriah? Uh-huh.
You guys have triple
Are you
digits?
still really okay? I'm
Yeah.
after the recovering some. I'm at 104.
You guys have triple
104?
digits?
Jang Sao?
106.
106?
What triple?
Widdle?
57.
Oh, okay, that's my girl.
Yes.
See?
Solidarity.
First,
56
first,
over
Tank,
here.
tank, damage dealer, tank.
first, the Blade of Disaster is going to go off at Jang Sao.
Okay, chill. Hold on.
And the Blade of Disaster is going to crit on Jang Sao.
What?
Whoa,
What's that mean?
wait. Can I shield that?
You can portent it.
Do you have a portent left?
Yeah,
If you have a good portent.
It's a 14.
That would make it not a crit. It's still going to be a hit, but it won't be a crit.
Until next assignment, you have +5 bonus to AC, including.
You could shield, but it won't make a difference. It won't be.
Okay. Dang. Okay. Well, God, is that my only thing that I can do right now? Yeah. I'll
What kind
use
of damage is this?
what
It's
kind of
force.
damage is this?
Force.
Force. Oh, dang it. Okay. Yeah, I will. Hold on. Yeah, I'll do. I'll use my
Hang
portents.
on. Let me complicate things for you here.
Okay.
Because also going to hit Thellora and also going to crit on Thellora. So I kind of would give you an
How
unthinkable
far is Jang Sao from me?
now. You can either help Thellora or help yourself.
Oh no!
Wait, me?
Yep. Because
Thellora,
crits are
what's your-
coming down range at both of you.
What's your hit?
How
What's your
far
HP
away?
right now?
She's a little over 100, I think I heard her say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're 106.
I have 56.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I am going to use my portents, the 14. I'm going to make it a 14 so it's not a crit.
Okay.
And oh, were you asking if I was going to use the shield on myself or
No, I was going to ask if you're going to use the portent to save Thellora.
Oh.
Save yourself. Mm-hmm.
crap? I'm at 56. I got to use it on myself.
Okay. Good, because Thellora, you take 57 points of force damage. The Blade of Disaster would have been enough. In Jang Sao, you take 38 points of force damage.
Oh, this blade! Someone take it from him!
Oh my god!
I did try.
Don't blame me, blame the good people of Vital Champions. They gave him the Blade of Disaster. Okay?
18 hit
just
points!
used
Disaster!
Whiz
Blade of
kids.
This is what keeps us tuning in, and unfortunately, Thellora,
Unfortunately, Thellora.
you see Manchun reaches up and pulls off his mask,
Ew.
and you see his face
Is he hot?
that I'm putting in Discord.
Oh no,
In chat.
he's hot.
Let me see his face.
Chad, I need you to know that I didn't show his face to Jang Sao because she would have become a collaborator from the jump.
What's
She
the,
was like, "Rip
what's the
mask
Wait,
off."
is he a hottie? What's going on
Yeah,
here?
what's the Riz scale?
Is he gross?
What- oh, yeah.
Oh, no, he's
It's
hot.
gross? Let's
He's
see.
kind of hot. No, he's kind of hot.
Damn.
Oh, you guys would have gotten betrayed so hard if I knew this sooner.
I know what you are. That's why I put a mask on. Yeah. When he showed up in the prison the first time, it's like, okay, wait.
Romance novel cover.
Unfortunately, he stands there with the Blade of Disaster having rained down on both of you. And he turns and looks at you, Uriah. And he says, there was never a path for me. There was never a way out. Just like there isn't one for her. And he points at Thellora and says, die.
No!
And power word kill
Is it a
goes
power
off
word? Oh.
Thellora.
Oh!
I can't fight
How
that
is it
with
still
my...
his turn?
He
I
can't
know!
Lady Disaster is a bonus action.
hit on me.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay, so
Wait,
what's
wait. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. You are correct that he couldn't have crit on you. That's true. But even without critting, it would get you under 100, which is all power word kill requires. He was going to hit you anyway.
I can't lay on my own freaking words. I mean, hands. Lay on
Not when
hands.
you can't feel your hands. You all see Thellora drop to the ground dead.
I just looked up what this spell is. That's so messed up.
Power word.
And
The worst. Yeah.
Manchun looks down at her, standing over her body, and looks back at all of you and says, if you'd just given me the Fatebreaker, none of this would have happened. And it is your turn, Nahara.
As Nahara extends a hand out towards him from her vantage point, and the space around him immediately becomes very cold, and I need him to make an intelligence save.
Ooh, I rolled very poorly. You got a 1 and a 9, but he has a not insignificant intelligence.
Well, he's gonna take 5d10 damage, and
Yep, roll it.
immediately in his mind, he perceives as though it was real. He believes now that he is inside of an Iron Maiden, and each one of those spikes coming towards him is electrified. And if he
Roll it.
moves out of, so immediately he takes 25 points of I believe that's psychic damage. And if he tries to attack outside of that or move or in any way, he will take 10d10 damage
He
for a
is
whole last minute.
clearly bleeding and beat up. He is grievously injured, but still on his feet. Anything else from Nahara?
That would be all for me.
The Marut rotates its eye and looks around and looks at Jang Sao and looks at all of you and just says, I pronounce you guilty. And a shockwave goes out from the Marut, and each of you take 45 points of radiant damage.
Is there a disadvantage because he's in the crocodile's mouth? I'm just asking.
And I need wisdom saves from all of you.
I gave you guys all 1d8s, don't forget.
Oh,
yes.
Manchun also needs to make a wisdom save for me as well.
Natural 20.
Excellent. His wisdom is going to be a dirty 20.
Well,
You're
crap.
lying.
Okay.
Did I just roll another one? This is the worst day.
I'm sorry, what are we rolling?
I need, the 45 just happens,
Okay.
and then I need a wisdom save.
I got 18 on the wisdom save. I used my
Okay.
extra 1d8.
All right. Widdle, wisdom.
Nat 20.
Net 20 on the wisdom. Uriah, wisdom. You should be pretty wisdomous.
I am quite wisdomous, and with that extra d8, that is a 24 on my wisdom save.
And Nahara.
With the extra d8, it's a 22.
Only Jang Sao is stunned. The rest of you aren't, as she just stands there. And we come back around to Widdle. And Widdle,
Is hurt.
You
It's very,
feel-
very hurt.
flames creeping up your back, and a pair of hands resting on your shoulder. Oh, this seems to be quite the predicament, Widdle.
Yeah, you always show up when I least expect you. We're in trouble here.
It wouldn't be the same if Asmodeus were predictable. I, of course, have upheld my end of our accord, but at the risk of revealing too much, you are no use to me dead. Would you like some help?
I mean, The last time I asked you for something, you delivered, and you didn't expect anything in return. Why are you being so nice to me?
I didn't say I didn't expect anything. I believe your black palm would indicate we have an as of yet unresolved accord. But if you are asking why I have a stake in this, is if he wins, he will complicate things greatly for me. Would you like my help?
She takes his hand again.
Ask and it is done. Whatever you desire, whatever you wish for, Asmodeus provides.
Kill him. Kill Manshun.
You feel Asmodeus' hands around yours, and he says, you know, I realize we've spent quite some time at odds with one another, but I do like your sense of style.
Thanks.
What was it that you did to me on that battlefield oh so long ago?
I dropped a Tarask on you.
You dropped a Tarask on me. Well,
Sorry about that.
of course. Are you sorry about it, Widdle?
I mean, not really. You kind of had it coming. You did torture freely for a very long time. But you're here now.
I taught the boy fortitude. I think the powers that be, such as it is, might frown upon us dropping a Tarask on the prison in Sigil. But if we can't bring the Tarask to Manshun, then perhaps
You want to bring Manshun to the Tarask?
bring Manshun to the Tarask! And flames erupt amongst all of you, and you find yourself in a strange, timeless place
Oh my god.
with bones of impossibly large creatures. And you see Widdle. But you see her with a group of different people. You see her with a beautiful red-haired elf. You see her with a winged dragonborn. You see her with a metallic orc. And you see her with a red and green-haired halfling. And you see Asmodeus standing there in the midst of all of you, and directly above you, you see a large shape of a gargantuan creature coming down towards you. And Asmodeus looks up and says, you know, I'm beginning to understand the appeal of this, actually. I didn't say this, but would you like the robot to be included?
Yes.
The Marut declines. I wasn't asking you. And you see Asmodeus puts him there, and he says, well, friends, this has been wonderful cooperating, but we should probably watch from over here. And you all find yourself standing on a large skull as the Tarask comes and splatters Manshun in the Marut. And you see Widdle and that group of friends. Yeah! Widdle! Widdle! You dropped the Tarask on it! Widdle with the chest bump, you bring it in!
Bring it in! Bring it in!
You guys, we did it! And they all start celebrating, and Asmodeus turns and looks at you and says, don't approve, cleric.
Cleric, I am just looking around for Thellora's body. Can I get to her?
Oh, yes. Allow me to deliver you safely back. And you all reappear in the prison without Asmodeus, and Thellora's body is...
Has more...
Did I
Has
take
more
that
than-
hit earlier? The 45 damage or something? Oh, I'm dead.
Well,
Oh.
you're not dead. You're in death.
Well, I mean, like
save.
I'm in death save right
All
now.
right. As
Thellora is dead.
as a
Jang
Oh.
bonus,
Sao is in death saves.
as a bonus action, spare the dying on Jang Sao at distance because I'm a grave cleric. And has more than a minute passed since Thellora fell?
No, because Asmodeus is nothing if not dramatic. He has deposited you back at the 58-second mark. But before you can put your hand on her, Uriah, Thellora, you hear Manchun say, die.
Yeah.
And the world goes black. And you wake up on a windswept plain with grass up to your knees. A warm breeze embraces you, and the sun kisses your skin. You see the ocean in the distance. It's a perfect day.
No, it isn't.
And in front of her, you see her, your goddess. What does she look like?
Whoa. Okay, so she's in her sort of, Thellora's never really seen her in her physical form because she's represented by this mountain, which is a volcano. I mean, this is something that you all know, but Thellora's people really don't understand. And she's a spectral vision. Long flowing robes. She has really, really long, beautiful hair, but she's completely transparent. It's like everything you can imagine, like a goddess appearing to you would totally look like. But one thing you do notice is that from like the back of the gown, you can definitely see that it's a horse tail. And she has bright, glowing gold eyes. And she reaches her hand out and just says, "Child, it is me, Galena. I am Montura. I am the big sister." And Thellora's like, "Wait a minute. I know this. This is a trick. This isn't real. Manchun, come out. Where are you? I know you're there." "This is not really you, is it? Glenn, it can't be. What am I doing here? What has happened? Where are my friends? What am I doing here?"
And you see, she looks at you, Thellora, and she says, "You have fought bravely. You have been a light and an inspiration to your sisters, to your people. And you have given your life in a way greater than any could expect in the defense of all things everywhere. And your friends now." And you hear Uriah, frantic, trying to get to you.
"Oh no. Oh no,
And she
he will
says,
die if he goes too close."
"No, he won't. But there's a choice to make for you, child. You can go back with them. The holy man is capable of restoring you to life. Or you can stay here with me and see where the path truly leads. The choice is yours, child. You have earned the choice."
See where the path truly leads. I would be able to go back to my people with more knowledge than they would have expected. I'd go back to them, they would be waiting for all the training tools, I guess, that I would have gotten on this journey and this adventure, but being able to run with you, it's immeasurable. It would elevate me and elevate my status with my people, but how can I leave those?
I will always be waiting for you here, Thellora. You can come with me today, or perhaps you come with me in a year, or perhaps you come with me in 100 years. There is no rush. Join me now, if you want to rest, or join me later, if there's still strength in your arm.
I was not made for rest. And Thellora stands up and stomps her hoof into the ground, and she says, I have to do what I was born to do. We will meet again.
Brushes a strand of hair out of your face and says, I expected no less, child. Careful, he's very upset. And you see Uriah's face. You are muted, Uriah, sorry.
I just...
Are you all right? Are you all right? By the power of the Raven Queen, you've
What
returned.
happened? Are we still here?
Yes, you're all right. I'm sorry. I just have to. Actually, this should take care of. You've got 1 hit point right now. So Uriah goes. Actually, this should take care of all of us at once. And he casts mass heal. So that will be several hundred hit points divided amongst all of us.
Oh.
As you see the healing wash out amongst all of you, from where Manchun was, a tornado of temporal power comes rippling out from the Fatebreaker he was carrying. Flashes of various events that you've seen, the cultists, the turtles, the battle for the spell book, the Cull Seer, the Neonstrix's wrought life playing on a loop, on repeat. It all wheels and swirls around you, but those events start to feel more distant as they are undone. Less like memories and more like overheard stories. And the blue-white light surrounds you again. The sound of the cell block brawl fading to sudden silence. There's no darkness this time, though. Just a shimmering of light as you find yourself standing in the Great Bazaar again. But now a very familiar spiky-haired halfling pushes up to you, grinning as he whips open a fine suit jacket to reveal a row of what looks like clockwork timepieces. Now, you my lieges, ladies and lords, you look like people who know... Wait, weren't you all here just a minute ago? And you see he looks up in just sort of... And above you, the Lady of Pain floats once again. And she nods at you as she did before, this time raising one hand to her chest in a gesture that seems to say, thank you. And you see that strange four-armed construct appear and says, I am the Coldia root. Concordance is restored. Chaos is diminished. You have done well, mortals. And as you stand there, finally able to breathe, there is one last thing. As the Lady of Pain simply points at the Fatebreaker. And you understand now. You can use it. You can weave your stories. You could do anything. You could destroy it and liberate the dragon within. You could use its power and liberate yourselves. Infinity is in a box in the hands of an aged rock gnome named Widdle. As all of you stand around looking.
Uriah,
Yes?
who was that person you were talking to a while ago?
Person? Do you mean the Raven Queen, or?
I think I heard you mutter Veronica?
Oh, yes. An old associate. She was... Well, she came to the Domains of Dread with some friends of mine from a place called Koshmar, and she rules there now, much as you did, much as I did.
And what did she say to you?
She wanted Fatebreaker brought to her.
And what do you want?
Well, first of all, perhaps we can do this in a moment, but we really must restore the causality. We have to rescue that halfling at some point, and ultimately, we cannot allow a living being, that dragon, to remain trapped like that. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be just.
Well, hold out your hand. And she puts the Fatebreaker in Uriah's hand.
Oh,
I know you're going to do the right thing.
I hope so. Right. Well, first,
And when you say well first, the sounds and noises of Sigil fade away, and you five find yourself one more time in the presence of the Raven Queen holding the box. And she reaches out and she just puts a hand on yours, Uriah. And she says, "You don't need to worry about retracing your steps. I think your friend here," and she nods towards the box, Fatebreaker, "has set things right. Really now, it is up to you, all of you, what you would do. You hold the power to weave any story imaginable. And am I understanding that you wish to use that power to free one dragon hatchling?"
It is a fate worse than death. We must free him. Yes.
we could use this for ourselves. But would we be any better than Manchun?
Exactly. I agree. And it shall be.
In this way, no one will have any power to abuse a timeline and for their own benefit, for their own gain.
It's true. Manchun may have been defeated, but this prize, this would be sought by beings of power across the multiverse. If we allow it to continue, if we fall to the temptation to use it for ourselves, the dragon within would continue to suffer.
And we would remain targets forever.
There's that
having
too.
it in our possession.
Yes.
I think it
Let's
best.
do it right.
Yes. We're agreed then?
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
And as you say, we're agreed, Fatebreaker begins to glow slightly, and the runes begin to light up. And they glow brighter and brighter, so much that it is almost difficult to see it until cracks start to form in it. And it and physically cracks in all of your hands there. And a moment later, a very small pale blue head sort of noses its way up and looks around. Although Jonstrex has lived countless lives, now he's but a hatchling, not much bigger than the palm of your hand.
Oh, he's cute.
Hello.
Can we care for it until it's grown?
I happen to know, an associate of more than one of us. Mangata, I think, isn't a time dragon, but, she does have a unique perspective on time.
That's true.
The Raven Queen does say the time dragon would be a lovely caregiver. And if I recall, she did lose a hatchling of her own once.
She did. Yes.
The Raven Queen holds her hands out and says, I will see the child cared for.
Thank you, my lady. And
You see,
now,
it very much like scritches up her arm and starts nuzzling her, and she seems very off-put. Like, is that normally what happens? It's so warm.
Yeah, I think they like you.
I think I like it. You know, my power is great, but it is not infinite. And so allow me to give some boons to champions who gave their all. Jang Sao.
Yes.
Would you have your friend back?
It's all my heart ever wants.
You see, she reaches in one of her robes and she pulls out a key. And she says, Sigil is a place of doors. And she hands it out to you. And she says, when you use this key, it will take you where you wish to go.
I am forever grateful. Thank you.
You have more than earned it. And not to be too self-serving, because I know my oh so humble champions here will not say. Perhaps there might be more constellations. The centaur of the gnome, of the angel, and of the holy man.
I will be sure to make them shine the brightest, no matter where you're looking from.
Go with my blessing, Jang Sao.
And Jang Sao looks at everyone, each person, with a knowing nod, a thank you, turns around, and walks off to find the nearest door she can find.
fare thee well, Jang Sao. Lovely to meet you.
Oh, and she turns around. Be sure to look up sometimes. And she walks off.
By moon and stars. Goodbye, Jang Sao.
I hope we'll meet again.
Oh, and she turns around again. Thellora! Before I go, I have been given many gifts in life. I have seen many incredible things. However, there is still one thing that I still seek. When you wear pants...
There is quite a wager amongst the divine. Yes, no, please continue this. Yes, I didn't want to step on your moment.
Thellora says, what are pants?
That's
That answers that. Yes.
He's got the tail, and that's
They do
the
not wear
modesty
pants.
there.
Yes.
That you can see Widdle and Uriah are wearing a sort of breeches. Would this be over your haunches, or would this be
on the four legs? Like,
Would
what would be most comfortable?
or on the just the front two? That's how.
Actually, there's a further philosophical question. If you had a pair of pants and you cut them in half, would each one just be a pant?
Oh,
Pant.
You know,
A pant.
honestly, the
I'm
drag
going to
fan
bring
in
that
me is
back
like
to my
it is called a pant just by its the singular is pant. We call it a pair of pants, and it's a weird thing about English language. You know what I mean? There's some fabulous drag queens in Sigil. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, certainly.
For so long I've wondered, and while Jang Sao walks up to the nearest door, which is like in a rundown wooden shack, a cottage of some sort. The door is attached to a frame with no walls, like she can just walk around it. And while she sticks the key in, she's like, "Thank you so much. I can't believe I never considered that you don't even know what pants on. But you do all take care." And she unlocks the door and she walks in. And you hear her, she walks in and you hear her yell, "Quinn dear, you won't believe what I just found out. They have nothing."
And with that, Jang Sao is gone. Thellora, the Raven Queen turns and looks at you and says, glorious champion. Now, armed with the knowledge of life and death, I would like to extend a personal invitation to you. I know what knowledge means to you, what it means to your sisters, the foe that lay before you. My home, my fortress of memories, contains all knowledge, everything that your sisters have ever known, everything that anyone has ever known. Uriah has known my hospitality for a time. I believe Nahara as well, although it was a time of troubles when Nahara was there. Would you like
would
to
invite
join
me into your home?
in the Fortress of Memories to stay for as long as you like, to learn as much as you can? Yes.
I will definitely take you up on your invitation. Will I ever see any of you again? I know I'll see Jang Sao because she said she has a few more questions for me. But will I see the rest of you again somewhere?
I should hope so.
I have another question for you. Queen, what would keep some being from recreating the Fatebreaker once again?
Heroes would stop this from happening again.
Then I think our work is not done yet. I'll call Jang Sao later. But for now, before I adjourn to your home, do you mind if I stop home for a moment to tell my sister that it'll be a while before I come home again?
In Nahara, the Raven Queen looks at you and she says, would you mind if I borrow something of yours?
What would that be? What is it that I could ever offer you to be of use?
Nahara, you have offered me so very much. But in this, my ask is much simpler than usual. My symbol, do you have it?
Oh, yes. I believe Uriah
yes,
has it.
yes, I have it here somewhere. Yes.
I expressly recall it being Nahara.
Yes, but
I had.
we're married, and so yes, yeah.
Just no, yes.
What's his is mine, and whatnot.
May I co-parents? And she takes from Uriah a symbol that you saw him hold up previously with the undead. It is a medallion, not overly ostentatious, that looks like a metal star with a raven imprinted on the side. And she hands it out to you, Thellora. And she says, speak my name when you are ready, and I will come for you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Thellora. And she hands you a key also and says, this will take you home.
Got it. I won't be long. And she just nods at each of them, and this portal sort of opens up. When she turns the key, this portal just opens up, and it's glowing bright, radiant light, and you guys can hear just sort of in the distance this voice that sounds like those of you who speak Elvish would understand. The voice is saying, Thellora, what did you send us? And you hear a little voice saying, we will fight to the death. Do you hear me? My name is Lumi. I will return. And Thellora jumps through the portal.
Farewell, Thellora. I never thought I should meet a centaur. I wonder if someday I shall meet a smurf.
One can dream.
One can, yes.
I still want to know the solution to the pants. She was still very evasive. That we were like, no, that's the breach. It's right here.
I think her people do not know the ways of pants.
No.
It's just. It is not my way to proselytize, but perhaps I should have a shipment of assorted sizes wash up on the shore and let fate decide.
I need
Just lemons for horses.
Lemon for centaurs. Centaur yoga pants.
jeans, skinny jeans.
And she says, and that leaves me my dark lords.
Yes, home again, is it?
Well, I believe you have earned a choice. The Dread Domains are not for good people. And time and again, you have risked all, not just for yourselves, but even now, you gave up infinite power for one little hatchling. Such souls do not deserve imprisonment.
But what of the people of Darkhan?
Yes, the land without a ruler, it will fragment again. The people will be lost.
There would be chaos and suffering. And as I said to you, what may seem like a month ago, but was really earlier this morning for me. If you intend to re-stitch together the old lands, to lower the boundaries so that people could come and go and experience a freedom, the likes of which they never have, I would allow it. But without a strong hand and a good heart to watch over them, some of your fellow Dark Lords will see this as nothing but an invitation for invasion and endless war. I won't make the two of you return, but I cannot stop what will happen if you don't.
Must we give an answer now?
I think I might be able to hold things together for a little while longer. And I've been told by a certain someone who usually doesn't like to talk much, not unlike the Dread Domain, Sigil is a timeless place. So perhaps you will have more time than you think.
Then we could stay here for a while?
Yes.
Darkon
possibly.
would be safe?
This beard is so
Oh,
fetching
yes.
My
on
love,
you.
possibly Beard Quest.
Yes, well, I mean, I haven't had time to shave, and I'm not undead anymore, so...
Who knows what lay ahead? Perhaps you would grow your hair out as well. There's many fashion options available to you with a pulse, Uriah.
True. Well, if that is the case, and if Darkon will be safe, perhaps for a while we might stay here in Sigil.
For a time. I think you two have earned your rest.
We haven't even had a honeymoon yet.
Oh, we'll honeymoon here in Sigil, I suppose, yes.
You can honeymoon in Sigil. I can think of no greater blessing.
Thank you, my lady.
Thank you both for everything, for everyone, and for all time.
Aslan Rex appears on his shoulder. Honeymoon, eh?
You're not invited.
No, very well. He disappears.
Maybe.
Whoa.
Help.
That's
You
awkward.
know, right when that happens, you hear another voice. Oh, perhaps I can help you with that, Uriah. I, of course, uphold my end of deals. And you all see Asmodeus appear.
Get thee behind me, Asmodeus. No, thank you. Not
Well.
today, Asmodeus.
You've been around those drag performers in Sigil. They are very fierce. Yes. Go before I convince one of you to forge a pact with me. Although Nahara, should you desire to no longer do business with Aslan Rex.
You know, I've had several offers at this point. Don't call me, I'll call you.
And you see the Raven Queen turns and looks at you, Widdle, and looks at the two of them and says, and this is the end of the road for you and I, Widdle.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to make any pacts with Asmodeus. I don't want Asmodeus ruling Barovia. And if it's okay with you, would I be able to go back home and pick up a couple of friends and come back to Sigil?
And Asmodeus says, oh, Widdle, I direct your attention to that black palm. It is not the Raven Queen that you must hearken unto. It is me. And the Raven Queen says, you entered the accord in good faith, Widdle, and the Lord of Lies did deliver.
You know what?
You are
That's
no
fair enough,
longer my subject.
Asmodeus, but I'm not going to ask you to rule Barovia. I don't think you'd even want that job. It's
Oh, no, it's so
boring,
dread.
monotonous.
You see the Raven Queen turns to Uriah and Nahara and says, you don't have to worry about Widdle. She's contended with him before. Come. Let me introduce you to the Lady of Pain. And I will tell you how to get on her good side. And she does turn and escort Uriah and Nahara away, and there is only you and him, Widdle. And he says, you know, we've done this dance. I've hurt you, you've hurt me. We've dropped Tarasques on someone together. I feel like we're forging a bond here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is the beginning of a mediocre friendship.
You've had access to ultimate malevolence more than once, and you always turned it down. So let me give you a different offer. You're aware of the Chosen of Mystra, yes? Mortals that advocate for the goddess of magic.
Yeah, sure.
What do you say to being the Chosen of Asmodeus? And there, before Widdle responds, is a good place for us to stop.
Thank you, DM.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
Love
B-Dave.
you, B-Dave. You're
Thank
the
you, B-Dave.
best.
Nice.
Can I say that, like, later on in the night, everyone looks up, and then when everyone looks up, they see the centaur constellation, and right down the middle, there is a thin line.
Please.
Yeah.
That's what you hear throughout.
Celestian is
Guys,
like, I won the
please.
deal. I won the deal. And here, with a long overdue honeymoon, with glorious knowledge to bestow upon her sisters, the warm embrace of a long lost friend, and perhaps infinite chaotic power, we bid our heroes adieu for now. Just chat one last aside. Personally, every time I get to DM for Meagan, I'm just like, can I interest you in the Book of Vile Darkness? And she's like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, would you like to make a pact with Asmodeus? You know?
No,
It's a,
stop.
Hey, you shook on it this
Never
time.
do
You
that.
shook on it. You shook on it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all right. It's Asmodeus is gonna be chill about it this time. You know, how much longer can this old gnome live anyway, right? So
Seemingly forever.
thank you all so very much for tuning in. Thank you for coming with us on this entire journey here. Of course, I need to give you our winners for the episode 5 giveaway for the Tarask, which you can drop this on somebody's head, but I probably don't because you'll hurt them and it might break. HK47 Terror. Congratulations, HK47 Terror. Thank you and also for the Ultimate Fatebreaker and Friends collection is Barefoot Monkey. Barefoot Monkey wins. Keep an eye on your whispers because that's how we're going to contact you.
Yay.
Use code ICP20 at dndmini.com for 20% off your next order, except for life-size and foam replicas and sale items. Thank you, Wiz Kids. It expires on November 22nd. Our Beetle and Grimm giveaway is Shakarage Totem. Shakarage Totem. Haha. You win a $25 gift card for BeetleandGrims.com. Thank you to V and Jake for producing. Thank you to Mars for moderating. Thank you to Alicia, Gina, Mark, Meagan, and Noura, not just for bringing your characters to Idle Champions, but to bringing them here to play, for sharing them with all of us. I'm not going to lie, I got a little emotional saying goodbye to you guys because I'm like, I don't know.
We always have to say goodbye.
But at least you're crying in a castle.
I
That's
mean,
true.
true.
Yeah.
True. If I
It's
gotta
pretty
cry, at least
There's
I can
worse
cry.
places to cry.
Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you, B Dave.
Thank you,
Oh,
Dave.
Thank
Wonderful
you,
DM.
Dave. Thank you, Dave.
yeah, stop it. Of course, unlock Jang Sao now in Idle Champions. She's available to add to your formation. She will make it more betterer. Thank you for watching and voting. We will see you next week. There's actually one more thing. Plot twist, bonus piece of content for Idle Insights after show, where you get to talk to all of us and hear what we were thinking, what we were going through. It is the after show special with the entire cast and your friend and mine, the hunkiest podcast editor out there, Trevor Bettis. We'll get started at 10 a.m. Pacific next Monday, the 20th, when both Mark and I are back in our own homes and our own beds. But at this rate, one of you will have jumped it off somewhere else. But in the meantime, thank you all so very much, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.